Hello, 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 friends. I think my internet's stable. We'll see. Nothing screaming at me yet, so we'll get started. We're in Chapter 7, New Game Plus. Let me just actually move this, shuffle it, thank you. Sweet. But I hope you guys are all having a good weekend so far. Happy Sunday night. Hope you guys have a good week ahead of yourselves. Let's dive into Chapter 7, New Game Plus. We're building an arcade with Percy's money. You know, because we love him and he loves us and he's willing to give us his money. It is the distant future year 20XX. And for the first time, I am entirely in control of my destiny. I am no longer merely working in an arcade. Now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still, my future. I'll admit, it feels weird. I'd grown so used to going with the flow, letting life batter and bruise me, that having a true and honest hand at the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flame of Miss Francine's Funplex alive as we move into the era of arcade spirits. And, well, honestly, I'm still super anxious about it all. I want this to be perfect. I will make it so. I will make it so. My hands are on the controls, and I intend to steer this ship true. They're relying on me to be the steady rock in the chaos of this new project, so that's what I'm going to have to be. I'll make them all proud of me, and proud to be a part of Arcade Spirits. If there's one driving reason to make Arcade Spirits work, it's Percy. To give him a home away from home after the fall of the Funplex. This will be ours, and I'm not going to settle for anything less, no matter what it takes. Now all that's left is to get through opening day without incident. I arrived early that morning to go over any last-minute preparations and make sure everything is in order. Plus, Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. So she lovingly shoved me out of the apartment and told me to be productive. Now I stood in awe of the building, the dream I poured my heart and soul into. I still barely believed it myself. I paused a moment to let the reality finally hit me, and then stepped into my destiny. Pushing open the doors to Arcade Spirits, I was greeted by relative peace and quiet, just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. We traveled along an arduous road ever since the great Wachter Venspiracy. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned pizza place with all that too familiar triangular roof. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Quirk is in our favor. And I really couldn't have done all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Percy gave up a large chunk of his savings for this. I hope we can do right by him, considering it was going to go to charity originally. Now it's going to us. We went with a familiar layout, if it ain't broke and all that, to show that we've still got the spirit and passion that made the Funplex great. But it's not all a carbon copy. We've got a few new additions that Francine would even be proud of. The video wall is a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos, and high-score leaderboards. We also repainted and did a general update on all the appliances and fixtures to give it a more finished feel, and less of a retired pizza place turned arcade vibes. Naomi and Percy worked together to pick out games with a decidedly retro feel. Considering Deco's focus on tickety, gambling-ish games, this helps us stand out from the competition. She put in a lot of hard work restoring them, and truthfully we've run into a lot of problems along the way, but watching her tirelessly working to perfect them is inspiring. It took some work to retrofit all our retro games for prize tickets, but in the end, Naomi managed to whip up a low-cost gadget that would do the trick. Now we won't feel the pressure to move older games out in favor of profitable prize games, and those looking for spurting tickets can and will play everything. Naomi put in lots of hard work, but she tells me it was well worth it. All of my decisions, all of my choices made Arcade Spirits what it is. So much labor and love went into the project from all of us, and now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour begins, I still want to do one last check on operations just in case. Since we opted for a basic arcade, honestly, setup was a breeze. Naomi and Ashley worked together to get the games up and running. Ashley managed to impress Naomi when she pulled out her long-forgotten skills with electronics. Naomi seemed to be busying herself with double, triple, and even quadruple checks on every game prior to opening. So, talk to me. We good?
Hi.
Oh, hey, Sharada, or should I call you boss? Sharada's just fine. Okay, we're good to go, Sharada. Great, great. Since we're focusing entirely on the games, we need to make sure they're absolutely perfect. Agreed. And you can count on me to deliver. I'd better hurry up and finish my checks, though. We're opening soon, and I want to finish this game. As you were, then. Toodles. Good. Not that I was too worried about the games. Keeping things simple worked out well for us. Percy was right. Running a classic arcade is right in our wheelhouse. After my quick check-in, I noticed the clock. Its unforgiving hands telling me that it's not long now. See, everything's going perfectly. No detail overlooked, just according to Keikaku. Translator's note, Keikaku means plan. I'm proud of everything we've accomplished. When those doors open and all our regulars come back to play, when new folks drawn in by our advertising wander in, it'll all click. I allow myself a smile, pleased with our progress. Today is going to be a great day. The first day of our new dream. It'll be wonderful. As long as no unforeseen problems pop up. Beep, beep, Shirada. Hearing Iris's muffled voice, I pull my phone out of my pocket and check in with her. What's up, Iris? Okay, so I'm getting some unusual pings around your social media. Someone trying really hard to get in touch with you. You said you didn't want to be bothered today, but... Well, I think you should probably respond to this one. We're about to launch the grand opening of Arcade Spirits, Iris. Someone sliding into my DMs is really not my concern right now. It's Percy's mother. She really, really wants to get in touch with you. Huh. Percy never talked much about his parents, mostly about his sister. I was assuming we'd do the whole meet the folks routine once we were farther along in our relationship. But if she wants to congratulate Percy and I for a job well done with our new arcade, that could be a great emotional booster right now. How about I patch a call through to you? I guess I have a few minutes to spare before the opening. Go ahead. Iris makes the arrangements for me, granting friendship status, opening Messenger, setting up the cross-continental voice-over IP call, all that techie junk. Soon, a harried voice comes over the speaker. Hello, is this Mr. Arazo? Percy's new boyfriend? Yeah, that's me. You can just call me Shirada. It's good to meet you, Miss Sinclair. Is Percy with you right now? Well, he said he'd arrive a bit before we open, but no, he's not here yet. You need to talk him out of doing this, please. Sinking feeling commencing. I'm sorry, talk him out of doing what? Oh, okay. I know he'll be very cross with me for this, but I didn't know anyone else he'd listen to. He won't even take our calls ever since he had a row last night. Since we had a row last night. And as she continues to explain, that that feeling sinks deeper, only to rise sharply and sink again, a roller coaster of discomfort. And like that, all my concerns about Arcade Spirits fall away. I've got a much deeper problem to deal with, now that I know this little bit of insider information. As much as it'll hurt Percy, I need to talk with him about what his mom just told me. The door swings open a few minutes later, just as I'm ending my phone call. Hello, hello! Opening day at last! How thrilling! It's even got that new arcade smell. Percy happily strolls into the arcade, a smile beaming from ear to ear. I'd love to share in his enthusiasm, but with the news I just received, all I can do is look anxious. Is something amiss? Difficulty with games, perhaps? Surely Naomi has her classics under control by now. I know I'm about to officially open Arcade Spirits, but this is way more important. We need to talk. She told you, didn't she? Is there any way to make this easier, or should I just dive right in? Oh. Ooh. Percy, why didn't you feel like you could tell... Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. Why didn't you feel like you could tell me? Come on now. You should have told me about this. I'd rather hear it in your own words. I guess... Why didn't you feel like you could tell me this? I feel hurt, Percy. I would have rather heard this from you than from your mother. And she feels hurt, too. She sounded so desperate. Oh, I should probably move my mouse. Yes, well, it's not really anyone's business, is it? I'm not saying I have a right to pry, but I thought we put our trust in each other. Why couldn't you trust me with this? It was not my intent to hurt anyone, love. Except yourself.
Well.
I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up. Experimental clinical trials aren't exactly a cure, not as such. Odds are nothing would come of this, even if I agreed to it. That's a lie. According to what she told me, your doctor says there's a high likelihood of success. You'd survive, and your heart wouldn't be a threat to you any longer. I suppose doctor-patient confidentiality doesn't quite hold up to a mom's gossiping then. Mums. I was trying to say mums, not moms gossiping. Don't blame this on her. She talked, I listened. I chose to listen. Yes, you chose to listen to something that's really none of your bother. I'm disappointed, Shirada, I must say. How is this none of my bother? It's your life on the line. My life. To do with as I please. And it pleases you to die, is that it? Percy, you could live. We could be alive together. But only if you agree to try the new treatments. Why didn't you want to try? I'm sure I could dig up some statistics if that's what you need to convince you that this is not so simple. Not really worth bothering with at all, really. I've done enough stock market investment to know when to not put my faith in some silly miracle. You want predictable, reasonable outcomes from predictable, reasonable actions. Why taking part in the treatments has a slim chance to hasten me along to my end, so why risk it? I don't understand. I honestly don't understand. Why doesn't he want this? Is it because... Ooh. 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 I don't know what to pick. Not common sense. No. You don't want to believe in the cure? I don't know which one's the better option. You don't want to believe in this cure. You'd rather listen to the stats than common sense. You've accepted the end and actually want it. Well, that's a great point. I don't know. You don't want to believe in the cure? There's no need to dress this up. I can speak plain in ways he can't object or dance around. Percy. Oh, that's basic? Oh, shit. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to be basic. Let's go, you've accepted the end and actually want it. Yeah, okay. I guess that was my second choice. Percy, you've lived under the gun for so long. It's all you know. You don't even want to try to get your hopes up. Or no, you actually want to die. You're happy to passively accept your fate. Is that true? I expect him to immediately protest that, pointing out how absurd it sounded. But he doesn't. It's true, isn't it? Some part of you wants this dead end road you're on. Why, Percy? Why aren't you willing to live? Oh, is it because of Stella? Is it because of Stella? Fuck. He gives up, all defenses effortlessly dismantled, and confesses.
I don't deserve it.
Percy, no, you're gonna make me cry. I already cried once today. I don't need to cry again.
It's not right. It's not fair that I get to live when she had to die.
Percy! All because of bad timing. All because we were just a little too late for the doctors to develop a new treatment. A roll of the dice, luck of the draw. Moopy isn't actually random, you know. It was Stella who realized that first. Her genius was unmatched. I'm still using her techniques when I chase my high scores. You can trick the game into providing exactly the maze you want if you make the right moves. It's a puzzle. A problem to be solved. There's no fickle fate to it at all.
Life? Life is fickle, is it not?
Oh, Percy.
My sister dies. I get to live. All because of a little toss of the dice.
Percy!
I don't. I simply don't deserve to live. Not if she had to die. If I undergo the clinical trial, if I emerge right as rain, well, it soils her memory.
Percy, I want to slap the fucking nonsense out of you right now.
That's why I didn't tell you. Shouldn't have told Mum either. Nobody had to know. Could have been my little secret. If only.
I'm stunned. No. I can't just let this go. I love him too much to let him slip away over this without even trying. Ooh. Okay, so what? You're just giving up? I didn't think you were a quitter. And what about your world record? That doesn't seem like the right thing to say. Percy, is this what your sister would want you to do? You think she'd want you to die? I'm gonna go for the middle option. Percy. Oh, here we go. Ask yourself one simple question. Would your sister Stella want you to die just because she had to die? Oh, fuck. You know that's not what she wanted. She'd want you to be happy. If she heard there was a cure, she'd want you to take it. Yes, well, she's not exactly here to say that, is she? No, because I got lucky and she didn't. And I don't feel right taking advantage of that good fortune, regardless how she may or may not have felt about it. Look, can we just pretend you never heard of this? You've got an arcade to open. This needs to be a happy occasion. Please? Percy.
Hiya.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I want to read this. Excuse you? Please? Okay, hold on. Percy, please hear me out. Do this for me. Okay. Okay, fine. Thanks, Ashley. Just bounding in. No problem. It's time Neither of us say anything to each other as interrupting Ashley continues on, oblivious to the sour mood. I hope I'm not interrupting anything romantic. But look at that crowd out there. It's so big. How big is it? It's 10 on the dot and time to open the doors, but I figured you'd want to do it, right, Shirada? Something wrong, Percy? Shirada? I completely lost track of time. We were only moments before officially opening, but... Well, I'll just go get some tokens and start playing Moopy, I suppose. Percy... Another time, perhaps. You've an arcade to run, love. Let's not let our customers down. But... Oh, geez, I did interrupt something important, didn't I? I'll just go over there and do things somewhere else. Bye! I can't handle this right now. As much as I want to stop everything and sort through this mess, I've got a job to do today. It's not like he's gonna die today, presumably. I'll take time to talk with him about this later. I need to try at least put the turmoil behind me so I can focus on the first day of Arcade Spirits with a smile. Despite reeling from that incident just now, I'm ready to do this because I have to be ready. No choice. I've got big plans for the opening ceremony. I'm going to open the doors, give my prepared speech to the gathered masses, and stay on hand to greet gamers as they enter. Stepping to the storefront, I grasp the door handles and throw the gates to Arcade Spirits wide. Okay. Welcome, friends. Welcome to Arcade Spirits. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. I hope that... Bye. I don't even have time to finish one line on my big dramatic speech. The crowd spills through the doors and runs right past me, eager to get to the games. Immediately, the arcade fills with the sounds of beeps and boops, games starting up, and people laughing with delight as they find their favorites. Well, there goes my entire opening ceremony planned out the window, but I had all sorts of stuff planned. But if folks just want to get to gaming, who am I to argue? Okay. After a few minutes of final checks around the place, I decided to move into Phase 2. Meet and greets around the arcade. I walked the arcade like I did in my floor attendant days, talking with folks and making sure everything's running smoothly. Although, I could probably track down Percy too, assuming he wants to talk, yet, which may not be the case. Arcade Spirits is my domain, open to my exploration. Where should I first visit? Ooh. I really want to go visit Percy. I think I have the chance to do more than one, so let's go Naomi's fixing Teo's Arc Dance game, which seems to have crashed. Most of the time, I'm drawn to Showtime Stage because of the flashing lights and the hit beats, not because it's completely silent, no music at all. As I approach, I see Naomi feverishly working to fix it. Seeing the whole thing without tunes sync to its flashing lighting rig is going kind of depressing, and listening to Naomi mutter as she works undoubtedly feels the same way. This was working fine earlier. Why isn't it working now? Ugh. Fortunately, Tadeo is providing surprisingly knowledgeable... can't read. Fortunately, Teo is proving surprisingly knowledgeable about the inner workings of his favorite game. You may need to re-image the hard drive. I know some gray area websites where you can get a replacement copy of the files if needed. This is the third release version of Showtime Stage software, right? Those are easier to come by than the more modern fourth version, oddly enough. The files aren't the problem. I think the hard drive itself was damaged in shipping, and if so, well, you might not be able to dance at all today. I'll have to order a new one. I'm sorry. There's just so many games to get up and running. I must have missed this ticking time bomb of a hardware failure. Hey, it's cool. I don't need to get my groove on all the time. Showtime Stage is one of our flagship games. It's flashy, it's exciting, and Teo's dance moves brings the crowd in. Getting it working for opening day is a priority. Ooh. I guess... Teo, do you have any other sources for Showtime Stage hard drives? Even if you know where we can get the files discreetly, what about the physical drive? Teo, do you know where we could, pilfer one? As a Showtime Stage community manager, of course, I cannot advocate third-party mods in official Showtime Stage hardware. But I could probably hook you up with a few friends in town who develop their own homebrew replacement hardware. I bet we could wrangle up something that'll keep us rolling for a few days while Naomi orders a true replacement part from corporate HQ in Japan. Yeah, that'd work. I bet I could doctor it to look official too, just in case. I'll make some calls. You can count on me. We'll have this running in an hour or two. So it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get our stage back in working order. Good. Maybe we'll get through opening day without any major problems aside from this. Before I go, I spot a gamer who's been watching. Super curious about what's going on. I could swear I've seen this guy before. Maybe in a crowd or something? Hey, is Showtime stage really hosed? For now, yes, but we'll have it fixed up as soon as we can. Oh man, I wanted to get my groove on. That's a bummer. You know, I might know a guy who can get your replacement super cheap. Or like any game you want, anything, as long as you know, don't ask too many questions. No. Thanks for the generous offer, but we're fine. No reason to be mean, or to lampshade what's likely meant as an open invitation to do some crimes. I'm happy to see your enthusiasm for Arcade Spirits, but I think we can handle this. Sorry you can't play your favorite game right now, but it'll be fixed soon. The gamer shrugs it off, not too offended. School. Just figured out offer. I dig this place. It's got a little bit of everything I like. I'll just come back to wow all the ladies with my hot style later. Later. That was odd, but as he fades back into the crowd, I decide to move on. Where should I visit next? Gavin and Percy. Why not? Since we decided to stick with the basics, there aren't too many places to hang out and not play games. It's all games all the time. Surprisingly, Percy and Gavin have found a quiet corner near the change machine. Tanked. Completely tanked.
Much obliged.
I'm glad for your little tip. I was ready to invest in a good chunk of my pocketbook in that company. All my hard work would have tanked right alongside it. This is par for the course when my siblings snatch up technology companies. It's a pump and dump. In essence, they stir up excitement in the acquisition, then drop it once it goes cold. I've never seen one of their endeavors bear fruit for very long, thanks to their short attention spans. I'm glad I could save you the heartache.
Apologies.
No offense. I think I can handle a few accidental heart-related puns without going into cardiac arrest, my good fellow. But it's good to avoid the pothole in the road of finance, yes, especially with so many of my resources already tied up in Arcade Spirits. Hey, Percy? From the extended hum of his greeting, I suspect he's subtly warning me not to talk about his health issues, or potential resolution thereof in front of Gavin. I was hoping to catch him alone, but there'll be time later, I assume, unless he's hiding from the issue by hanging around other people all day. So, stock market talk? Indeed. I like to do my day trades in the morning before I come to the arcade. Get that bother all over with so I can focus on Moopy. Afraid we're being astoundingly boring at the moment, Shirada. Just two overly serious gentlemen talking about finance. That's fine. I'm adulting at 110% efficiency today. Having started a new business myself, I should probably learn about, like, how money works. Oh, what would you like to know about? Investments. How do I plan for the arcade's future? I'd like to invest in our future, think long-term, you know? Surviving for many years to come, rather than jumping at the easiest profit I can. Any tips? I should move the mouse every single time. A fine view to take. My own investments are preferably long-term, yes. I make moment-to-moment trades, but they're backed by the stability of stock bedrock. Even after I'm gone, I expect many of those to cash out gradually, and I've hired a phalanx of lawyers to carry out my wishes over the next, 30 years. Except if he just listened to his doctor, he could handle that himself. Gavin, how about I show you my portfolio? Give you some ideas on how to build up a nest egg for Arcade Spirits. I'd be honored. I'll let you two handle the fine details. The two sink deeper and deeper into conversations about currency exchanges, fiscal policy, tax rate changes, and I start to lose consciousness. I admire their passion, but there's only so much adulting I can handle in one day, and I need to reserve some for later. It's then that I notice a customer having problems with the change machines. She frowns and she swipes her credit card through the slot again and again and again, the little red error light popping each time she does so.
Man.
Oh, come on, this was working earlier. Sensing an opportunity to provide excellent customer service and further prove my adulting chops, I step in to help. Hello, good morning, I'm the manager here. Can I be of some assistance? She looks awfully familiar. Have we met before? Oh, right, I invited her to check out my arcade, didn't I? Guess that's why she's here.
What's up?
Hey, good to see you. Love what you've done with this place. Just love it. But something's wrong with your credit card readers. My card's legit. I was using it earlier with no issues, but now it's all messed up and stuff. Can you help me? I can pay cash if I gotta. I'm not trying to duck and run on you, but I'd really prefer to use the card. You know what? It's on the house, with our thanks. It's opening day, and I want to build customer loyalty. Best way to do that is be unusually generous. Here, have some tokens on me. Just our way of saying thanks for checking out Arcade Spirits today, so you can get started having fun. Seriously? Wow, thanks a bunch. I had a good feeling coming into this place, like it'd make a fine home away from home. Glad to see I was right. Super glad. Okay, I'm off to get my game on. Another problem solved by Shirada. I am so good at this. With that matter settled, it's back to wandering the arcade. Where to next? Oh, I guess we can do all of them. That's awesome. Queen Bee and Ashley are talking with some arcade newbie. Near the center of the arcade, Ashley's showing off her new cosplay to Queen Bee. Ooh. Wow. Just wow. She's been keeping it a total surprise from all of us, working in secret on it. Impressive stuff. It seems to have attracted the attention of a brand new customer, at least. Hey, look, a kid, a real life in the wild newbie.
Hiya.
Welcome to Arcade Spirits. We're so happy to have you join us for opening day. Thank you? Child, yes, you young one. Tell Sharada here what you told us. That I've never used a joystick before in my life. I mean, I've mostly been to Deco's Palace or played games on my phone, touchscreens and stuff, that's all. I've never really been much of a gamer, but all my friends are here today, so I was figuring I might try one out.
Oh.
Never? Not even once played on a joystick? Can you believe it? Yes, we've all been there. No point in faulting them for it now. Aw, but that's just so cute to be young and innocent again. Oh, don't worry about it at all. Arcade Spirits is the right place to learn. We are a friendly, inviting sort of arcade. No mad skills required. Here, it's all about having fun. Yes, and you know what's super fun? Learning how to play Fist of Discomfort. Trust me. Want to go a few rounds? I'll even spot you some tokens. Seeing Queen Bee's Con, Ashley tries to offer something else. Or you could join me a round or two for TNMT. Nothing like a friendly cooperative brawler game to ease you into things.
No way.
Best way to learn is to jump headfirst into the deep end, I say. No regrets, just smashing buttons and moving that joystick. And when you're starting with the hottest title, you've got a built-in community to learn from, right at your fingertips. But turtles who are ninjas. Looks like I might need to jump in and persuade this kid to choose a game. They look like deer trapped in headlights. Stuck in the crossfire. Okay. Want some hot arcade action? Queen Bee's right. We're gonna go for Queen Bee today. No guts, no glory. Fist of Discomfort is the heart of any arcade scene, and there's no better teacher than Queen Bee of the Four Heavenly Kings. Char, we love you. Grimoire, we love you too, friend. How you doing? On cue, Queen Bee strikes a pose.
Yeah.
You will become my very young apprentice. I shall name you Darth Newbie. Hey, go easy on the kid, yeah? They're not fodder. Yeah, I promise not to whip them too badly. Come on, let's show you the ropes. Ropes? There are ropes involved? Oh, geez. I mean, if there are ropes involved with Queen Bee, you should be saying more than oh, geez. But how are you doing, Grimoire? We love you too, friend. I hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you had a good Sunday. That poor newbie. Oh my, this is going to be brutal. But also super fun to watch, like Gallagher smashing watermelons. I'm going to go watch the slaughter and then wander the floor doing the old, good old meet and greet. Oh my goodness, they look fabulous. They look fabulous. Welcome to Arcade Spirits. It's our new arcade that looks almost identical to the last one, just with some slight changes. But yes, Fast Cars 5, Cali Track. Look at those things. Look at those top scores, you know? But also, look at Ashley's new costume. Hold on. Full screen it. There we go. She is like Sailor Moon, but like Sailor Arcade Spirits here. Distracted. I mean, we can be distracted, Grimoire. We can be distracted. Like, I love Sailor Moon. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, hell yes. This is what I wanted and more. Look at the beat pulse line on the socks, right? The little heartbeat line. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. There's so much detail. And it also is mimicked up here with the, like, shoulder pads with the little M. Because it's not an Arcade Spirit. Like, that's not, that's the same as, like, this thing down here. It's so good. It's so good. The ribbon color flush, right? Like, yes. It's so good. Like, the little hair, the ombre, that ombre, though. Ooh, ombre for days. Yeah, it's good. Like, this is a great cosplay. And she made this. She made this. Tending to the floor just like the old days. It's good for the manager to be out and about on opening day, right? The skirt length, difference even. Unique, yes. Unique. She made it. She, Ashley made it, yeah. She's a cosplayer. She's a cosplayer. She's one of us. That's the spirit. See ya out there. Perfection, but make it fashion, right? But make it fashion. Yes. Bye, Ashley. I'm sorry you have to leave. Time for me to move on. Before I can continue my wandering, Gavin pops up directly in my path. Okay. Stop whatever you're doing and look towards the doors without making it look like you're looking for anyone in specific. What? Okay. What am I pretending not to be looking for? Miss Jeanne Defame? Jean Defame? I have no idea who that is. The top arcade critic in the city. Her reviews can make or break an arcade easily. I didn't think she'd be coming today, as normally some little independent arcade is beneath her interest, but apparently she's made an exception. Cosplayers in a nutshell, right? Perfection, but make it fashion. Yes. If you don't want to end up smeared across every website she writes for, I suggest you go play nice and show her all the positives of Arcade Spirits. Okay, I'm on it. Best foot forward. She's the red-haired near the entrance, with the handbag. Best of luck. I easily spot her, thanks to Gavin's cues. Considering this morning lacked the usual chaos I experienced on my first day at the Funplex, I'd say we're off to a great start, and I'm sure this reviewer will appreciate that. Wearing my most professional smile, I stroll over to the entrance. You. I remember you. Oh, fuck me. Hello. Oh no. Oh no. My dear, wonderful Josh had a miserable time in your arcade at that last birthday party. You claim my Josh wasn't smart enough to know how coin slots worked. Well, this arcade was fun while it lasted. Might as well burn it all down to ashes and build a new arcade on those ashes 100 years from now after this blows over. Before I can try to defend myself, she holds up a hand to stop me. Now, while I seriously question the wisdom of allowing you to run an arcade and would love nothing more than to give you 0 stars and walk away immediately, I am unfortunately committed by ethical standards to stay and properly review your establishment in a relatively unbiased fashion. So as unpleasant as this may be for the both of us, I suggest we remain professional, even if you've dug yourself a rather deep hole to climb out of, in my view. Understood? Even if I want to go on a tirade or chew her out, I've got to think of the arcade. This is some rando angry parent, not this time. It feels like chewing ground glass, but I need to swallow my pride on this. Understood. Excellent. What I need from you now is to stay out of my way. No special treatment or consideration. I need to observe your arcade as a disinterested outside party so that I can judge your facility and atmosphere. But rest assured, if I see some egregious mistake, I will bring it to your attention, pointedly. My readers likewise will become very aware of your shortcomings. I do my best to support consumer activism, and that requires absolute honesty of any difficulties I observe. So until such time as I require you, I suggest we speak no further. Agreed? Sure, fine. As you were, then. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Not only does she hate us right off the bat, but I can't even leap to the defense of what we're built here without antagonizing her further. I may need to talk with Gavin about how to save Arcade Spirits from an inevitable... I can't read today. I may need to talk with Gavin about how to save Arcade Spirits from an inevitable negative review. Nothing else I can do now but pray to the arcade gods that everything from here goes out perfectly. Once again, I wander the floor, but this time, well, it's all smiles and pleasantries on the outside. I'm left all alone battling my thoughts. Now more than ever, I need to present the perfect arcade. If we're a bug under the magnifying glass thanks to this new wrinkle, well, I aim to be an absolutely majestic bug. A bug of bugs. A bug which knows no equal. We'll send this Miss Defame packing with nothing but positive things to say. Okay. Besides, this morning wasn't too eventful. Who's to say the afternoon will be a disaster? Well, you eat your words now, Shirada. Eat them now. And then the afternoon was a disaster. I knew I had spoken too soon the second I saw Gavin approaching me with a tinge of worry furrowing his brow.
Utterly ridiculous.
Okay, it shouldn't be possible for us to be out of nachos in the vending machines this fast, and yet here we are. I have receipts for ordering exactly enough to fill them up, and yet there were only a few bags in there. A missed delivery, perhaps? And that was the least of our problems. Shirada, we've got an electrical problem. 3 of the retro games are shorted out. I don't understand. I tested power supplies, outright rebuilt a few of them. Unless someone's seriously scuffing their sneakers and chalking the coin boxes, we're talking a failure somewhere in our electrical wiring. Calamity after catastrophe. They just kept piling up.
What?
All of the toilets stopped working. All of them. We need to call a plumber fast, and not the one that jumps on turtles. There goes any hopes for a perfect opening. What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense. I'm freaking out. I'll admit that. I'm freaking out. Maybe we should close down for the day. Iron out the wrinkles, try again tomorrow? We're hastily losing the grip on our things, and if I don't say anything, we may as well call it quits and must refocus our energy. Okay. Command the troops. No way. Oh, hold on. We're gonna relieve tension. Nope, never mind. Fuck off. Okay. We're commanding the troops. No way. We're not giving in just because of a few bugs in the system. We're the Funplex expatriates, the proud crew of Arcade Spirits, Did we give up when Deco came knocking? Hell no, and we aren't giving up now. I want to hear some solutions. Talk to me, Ashley. The group exchanges nervous glances and thankfully stops to breathe and think. I will become the plumber we need. I mean, not exactly, but I'll grab a plunger and do what I can. We'll have to close down the bathrooms for now, but I'm sure we can convince one of our neighbors to loan us theirs, maybe? I'll check next door with them before I go do battle with our demonically possessed toilets. And while I say this vending machine is human error, I have enough faith in my own error checking to say this human is not responsible. I'll make some calls with our distributors and see where the chain broke down. Also see about ordering some quick replacement stock. Mine's a bit more complex. I need to replace the fried power supplies, but I can do that. I can do most of those today. Meanwhile, I'll put a feeler out of the indie arcade community online, see if we can get an electrician with arcade experience out here quickly. I've been meaning to get back to the online groups, and even if it means popping my head up in a crowd, I'll do it. Okay, good solutions, people. Good solutions. I won't be able to work the floor while I'm taming our restroom, Shraddha. Are you good with covering for me? Things seem to be getting more intense as the day picks up. You three focus on your tasks at hand. I may be the boss, but I was a floor attendant originally. I can handle whatever Arcade Spirits throws at me. Got it? Gotcha. But I'm changing out of this first. I don't want to get poo water all over our new mascot. Toodles! I'm on it. You can count on me. Let's go, team. We got this. With all three busy, that leaves me in charge of every problem that may emerge for the rest of the afternoon. No way to tap out with someone to help me with these situations. I need to work fast to hit every problem before it's too late. Can't leave any stones unturned this time. No risk of letting something spiral out of control. But I'm ready. I mean, I have to be. No choice. Feeling freshly invigorated, I start my floor check. There are problems all around me, but what should I tackle first? Ooh. So we're gonna go cursing and banging as someone beats up a machine. As I hear the clang and bang of someone assaulting a cabinet, I see Percy holding up a finger to grab my attention. I motion for him to join me, and he does. Thank goodness. I tried to grab Ashley, but she was in a hurry, brandishing a plunger like it was some sword. There's so much going on right now. What's happening? Some hooligan's working his way down the retro games, yelling at them and smacking around the joysticks like they're speed bags. I swear he was going to knock over a joust. That's how hard he was shoving that cabinet. People have been avoiding going near him ever since he started raging out. It's causing quite a scene. I'll take care of it, Percy. Thanks. Be careful, love. I don't like the looks of this one. He places a hand on my shoulder in solidarity before leaving. This happens more often than you think, someone getting so mad at a game that they start smacking the cabinets around. Unlike pinball, which will go into tilt mode to punish you, the only justice to be found here is my justice. I am the arcade law. Oh, you fucking piece of shit game. I totally jumped over that fucking barrel, fucking monkey and his fucking barrels. Well, even if I'm a little less eager to bring the law down on this guy, I mean, all the size of this lad, he probably eats 6 whole hams for breakfast and bench presses pickup trucks for fun. But I know my duty. I know what I must do. Okay, that's enough. You, out now. Right, you're done. Get out of my arcade. We're finished here. Excuse me? Did I hear that right? Oh, good. Just what I need now. From the corner of my eye, I spot Miss Defame watching. I better stand firm. You heard me. I'm the manager here, and I reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. So bounce your ass out of the door before I have it bounced out by the cops. You little. But oddly, his attention is diverted to something or someone behind me. It's only for a couple seconds, but the whole demeanor changes after that. Fine. He storms off, deciding he'd rather have the last word than argue about it further. I turn to see who or what exactly changed his mind with a sharp glance, but the crowd's too thick. Whoever or whatever it was is gone now. And Miss Defame returns to the crowd without a comment, hopefully quietly approving of my law bringing. And that was odd, but I guess a win is a win. Now what problem to address next? The video wall keeps showing pictures of bunnies? The retro television-based walls was an idea I came up with during renovations. Naomi runs the whole thing off a cheap mini computer. 2, practical and inexpensive, and it gives off just the perfect amount of flair. And I've been pretty proud of it, up until this moment. For some reason, it's showing a nature documentary about cute and fluffy bunnies instead of retro music videos and arcade high scores. Not that bunnies are a bad thing necessarily. There are so many worse things that they could be playing, but it's still not playing what I want it to play. Something's amiss. And as I'm hunting around for the remote control we keep at the prize desk, Teo approaches. Bunnies, huh? Yep. Bunnies. An interesting choice, Shraddha. Not my choice, Teo. I'll have it fixed in a moment. Okay, cool. I was wondering if we'd suddenly experienced a paradigm shift in arcade theming or something. The bunnies are really cute, though. Grabbing the remote, I flick it back to channel 3, which should take the video feed from Naomi's system. And it flips back to the bunnies on channel 5 a few seconds later. Persistent, aren't they? Almost like rabbits themselves. So I click back to channel 3, and nope, once again it reverts back to 5. Okay, clearly we're dealing with a master hacker, one who can modify Naomi's system despite having no physical access to it. An individual capable of truly hacking the planet. Yeah. Or it's a prankster with a universal TV remote. I got one of those myself. Helps me turn off overly loud TVs in bars which drown out the beats of whatever game I'm playing. Not that I would ever do that, mind you. Just in case. But with great power comes great responsibility, and clearly who is ever forcing us to watch this lacks the latter. How about I go subtly check the crowd to see if anyone's got a clear line of sight and is pointing a gadget at the video wall each time you change it. I'm strapped for help, so I'm not going to deny Teo's offer. Sure, go for it. The war for remote control continues for another minute, back and forth from music videos to documentaries about rabbits, and now it's showing them mating, which I'm seriously hoping does not count as pornography, or it'll be another black mark against us, thanks with a certain arcade critic. It's only been a few minutes, but it feels like an eternity of copulating between Lego morphs before Teo returns. Found him, orange jacket, standing near the pinball section. Thanks, Teo. No worries. Anything for you, Shirada. I roll up the sleeves on my hoodie, ready to put an end to this. Wait a minute, isn't that arcade newbie from earlier? They didn't seem like a troublemaker at the time. What's going on here? Nope, it's definitely this kid. I can see the tiny plastic gadget in their hand briefly before they pocket it. Perhaps noticing my approach, the teenager rolls stealth and gets a natural 1, resulting in an awkward and obvious attempt at looking like an unimportant part of the crowd. Hey, didn't do anything. Hi, good to see you again. What's up? How are things? Given this living bundle of nervousness, I'm not sure I feel like coming down like a ton of bricks on the poor kid, but rules are rules, right? Excuse me, would you kindly stop doing that? I'm sorry, but I know you're the one changing the TV channel. I'm not, you are, but it's okay. It's not really a big deal. If you kindly stop doing it from now on, we can let this go. It's not like you did anything seriously wrong, okay? Just stop changing the channel. Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to cause trouble. I was, but never mind. I'll stop. Thank you, bye. And they're gone, slipping back into the crowd. That was weird. What's going on here? I decided to look around a bit more, hoping for some clues. What trouble should I investigate next? Okay. Ticket after ticket streaming of unintended game. A small crowd has gathered near one of the retro arcade games we fitted with a ticket dispenser, one which is spewing an endless supply of tickets onto the floor. The high score display keeps flashing, but rather than a number, it just flashes error again and again.
Nope, no way.
Okay, everyone, obviously this is not supposed to be happening. It's a bug. Nobody, and I mean nobody, takes these tickets on my watch. Got it? Oh, kid, good thing you showed up. You're pretty short-staffed today, huh? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted that arcade critic to overhear. This is gonna make for one hell of a review, I suspect. Don't worry, Queen Bee, your arcade enforcer of justice is on hand to pick up the slack. Now help me find the plug so we can shut this thing down. Good thing Naomi's instilled some of her arcade-fixing knowledge onto us since we've known her. We find the plug tucked neatly under a flap of carpet and yank it out. With the ticket ceasing, the crowd gets bored and leaves. That'll at least stop it until we can delve deeper. Mostly problem solved. Alright, I need to get back to my game. Good luck figuring this one out, okay? It's probably just a random error. This is an experimental new hardware. These little boxes from Naomi which add tickets outputs to 1980X games. Although, Naomi did do a bunch of double and triple checks to our hardware. She assured me it'd be fine. And since she's busy currently, I'm the only option to turn to for the technological assistance. Iris, can you check the security camera footage? I want to know who played this game last.
Online.
Already on it. I've been analyzing video feeds ever since I saw the error. It looks like the person who broke this game was a tall man with blue sunglasses. You think he did this on purpose? Considering I'm seeing him literally pick the coin door lock and mess with the internals, yeah, I guess it wasn't an accident. 99.97% sure it's not an accident. It's odd though. He didn't even take the tickets. He just crashed the machine and walked away? I can't explain his motivations, but that would be accurate, yes. Thanks, Iris. Time to get to the bottom of this. It doesn't take long to track the guy down. For starters, there's this rather unique fashion sense. Also, the way he's glancing left and right, checking if the coast is clear before kneeling down to futz with another lock. Kinda hard to give him the benefit of the doubt or even a second chance. He clearly broke the rules of the arcade. Although he looks the sort who could break me if I break the news to him badly. I should choose my words carefully, wisely, ones that involve me staying in one piece. Don't do that, please. It's against the rules. Maybe we can avoid a scene if I politely ask him just to stop? It's worth a try, at least, right? Hope springs eternal. Sir, please stop. He immediately straightens up, pocketing the item he was committing arcade crimes with, all nonchalant-like. What? I wasn't doing nothing. Yes, you were. I know, in fact, exactly what you were doing. I'm the manager here, and I'd like to ask you to kindly knock it off. I don't want to have to eject you from my arcade. Understood? At first, he growls a little, ready to protest his innocence, before holding himself back. Lucky I'm under orders, nerdo. Fine, whatever you want. And he walks off into the crowd without another word. I'm left in a state of utter confusion over our exchange, but I'll take it, honestly, hesitantly. Iris? Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him through the security video footage feeds. Don't worry, I'll let you know if he resorts to his nefarious ways. All handled without causing an incident, although I'm vague on what he meant by orders exactly. With that in the bag, I quickly look around to see if there are any other nearby problems I can address. Before I can continue my quest to purge my arcade of evildoers, I'm interrupted by an onslaught of my hard-working staff. I knew it. Shirada, about our missing inventory. When I get my hands on whoever did this, I found the electrical problem, Shirada. Sabotage and treason. An enemy agent walks among us. Okay, so we have some insight to what's causing all these messes, but it's a chaotic jumble right now. One at a time, please. Our suspiciously low snack inventory was, indeed, not human error. The delivery truck never arrived here. It was routed to a garbage dump due to computer error, or I suspect, malfeasance. And malfeasance explains our electrical problems, too. Remember my joke about someone scuffing their feet and shocking the coin boxes? Nope. That's actually what happened. An external shock, not a grid failure. Someone's got a battery or some other shock prod and was using it to crash games. Must be the same person who flushed a bunch of wadded-up paper towels and firecrackers down the toilets. There's a war zone in there. I was able to dredge up one super gross chunk of it, but we'll need a professional plumber to get the rest. This is all sounding way too suspicious to be random acts of hooliganism. It also ties into what I've been handling on the floor. I had to deal with pranksters all afternoon, too. Even had to kick a few of them out the door. I've been so busy playing firefighter running from blaze to blaze with a leaky bucket that I haven't been able to put the pieces together. But now it's clear, and I know what I must do. Okay, cool. If you'll all pardon me, it's time for our Mr. Arazo to kick some ass. Alright, that tears it. Time to kick some ass today. No more Mr. Nice Arazo. The gloves are off. But you aren't wearing any gloves. Or do you want to borrow mine so you can take them off? Ashley, focus. So you have an idea who's responsible? Yeah, leave this to me. I've come to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum. Oh, here, you can have some of mine. Ashley hands me a stick of gum. With a shrug, I pop it in my mouth, turn on my heel, and march off to resume ass-kicking anyway. Bye, good luck. And with a nod of solidarity, all of us split up, each on our own mission to thwart the ne'er-do-wells. Everything's gone wrong all over the place, ruining my perfect opening day plans, and someone has to pay for this. My friends are counting on me to lead, to be the responsible one. I can't voice this off onto Gavin like I might have done at the Funplex. Nope, can't voice anything off. Finding my quarry isn't particularly difficult. She's been in the background the whole time, watching and waiting as I ran around trying to put a lid on the mayhem. Her eyes study me as I approach, grinning ear to ear.
Hiya. Hi. Hello there.
Hi there.
Figured it out, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can't say I understand the why, but at least I know the who. The matching fashion style was a pretty big clue.
I guess a formal introduction's in order. Yeah, okay. The name's Sue. Natural-born leader. Hacker extraordinaire. And leader of the Ghost Monsters.
Hi.
The hottest gang on these streets.
Hi, Sue.
Pleased to meet ya.
How you doing? She playfully curtsies, her wicked smile never ceasing.
Yeah, I guess my friends were a little wild and crazy. Leaning a bit heavy on the pranks.
I would say so.
And okay, you booted some of us out. Not all, just some. That's cool, I mean, it's your house and your rules. You're the sheriff here and you laid down the law. And I respect that.
Yeah. Well, when you're physically assaulting the machine and swearing, I can't abide by that.
Let me make it up to you, okay?
How? Sue steps back and taps a button on her smartwatch. Hello, friends. And from the crowd of gamers, her whole gang assembles. Oh, it's Pac-Man themed. They're Pac-Man themed. Got it. I realize that now. Like, oh, yeah, they're the ghosts from Pac-Man. Okay. Inky, yeah. Even the ones I told to get lost. Gang, this is, what was your name again? Mr. Arazo. Gang, this is Shirada. Shirada, this is Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Yep. God damn it, I forgot about Pac-Man reference. Now then. She turns to face her ghost monsters. You were all very, very naughty, and I'd say he's owed an apology. A big fat I'm sorry from each of you. Don't you agree? Each of them mumbles a semi-coherent, semi-sincere apology. Yeah, whatever. Sorry. Real sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Arazo. I'm really sorry. Bye. When they finish, Stu faces me once again.
Everybody's sorry, which means everybody's forgiven.
No.
Because, and this is me being real with you, I like this arcade. I really do. It beats the crap out of Deco's Palace, that's for sure.
Okay.
I can easily see this being our new home, you know? I admire what you've done with the place. It's totally awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back. Again and again. I definitely don't want to end our first day here on a sour note. No. I'm so glad we can communicate like adults.
You
Apologize for
are
being naughty and move
making
on.
me want to punch you, and I'm not a very violent person.
Now, okay. We may still ruffle a few feathers while we're here.
Oh, no.
But that's cool, right? I'm sure you understand that it's
No.
all fun and games. Nothing personal. So, what do you say, friend? All's forgiven?
I paused, taking in everything Sue rambled on about. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna fucking scream at this lady. Let me get this straight. You scare our customers, mess with our television sets, smash up and short-circuit our games, clog our toilets, redirect our mail orders, come back here after I explicitly told you to get lost, mess with our ticket payout systems, and you want me to smile and let you come back tomorrow? My words barely faze her, that grin still lingering. Okay. Yep, that sounds about right. I love this arcade, and I think we could be great friends. What do you say, partner? Waiting for my response, she holds out a fist to bump. No. So, no. So are you fucking kidding me? Of course not. Sure, why not? Hold on. Can I, like... I want to go back real quick. What am I at? I'm still very kind, apparently, so no. Return to game, please. So no. No, if you truly love this arcade, you have to stop causing problems. Sure, why not? I absolve you of all your arcade sins. Law, no. Get out. No. Fuck no. No, okay, let's go with that one. Okay. We'll be kind and compassionate. Look, I'm sure you're all good kids at heart, but if I let you hang around here and you just cause more problems, it's no good for any of us. If you sincerely love Arcade Spirits, you'll understand I can't let you ruffle feathers, as you put it. I need to make sure everyone's having a good time, and that means everyone, you idiot. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, right. So I might be willing to offer you another chance if you promise me you'll follow the rules from now on. That's the best I can do, okay?
No helping it.
Well, I'd like to work with you here, really, but a promise is kind of a steep ask. Something's wrong. I'm a pretty empathetic sort of guy. I can tell when someone's being legit with me, and she's clearly genuine about wanting to come back, but seems conflicted. How hard is it to not hack machines and run wild? Why would that be a problem? Okay, see, normally I'd give you my word is bond, but well, no ifs, ands, or buts. I need your word if I'm gonna rebuild trust with you. We don't need to have to get police involved here. We can keep this between us, right? Sue raises an eyebrow at that.
Whoa, put the brakes on. Bad idea, friend. Really bad idea. You don't want to even think about getting the cops involved in this. No.
No.
Because, and this is me being honest with you because we're on such good terms, it won't do you any good. We'll be out and back on the streets within a day.
Okay.
We've got friends in high places. We don't sell drugs or weapons. We sell information. And information, as a currency, is far more valuable than what other gangs trade in.
Okay.
So if we're doing this, we don't involve the pigs. Any problems, you come to me direct. That's my rule. Break that rule. And, well, you don't want to see what I can do with the push of a single button.
I mean, dox me. I don't give a shit. Oh, Showtime stage. Megalovania mix tricky. Look at Teo. Okay. So now you're threatening me.
I'm just telling you how it is. What you do now is entirely up to you.
Okay. Before she can continue her tirade, we're rather rudely interrupted. Oi, Sue. What the hell are you doing here? The fake tension that surrounds us melts away, redirected to the new challenger. All eyes glare towards them. Oh, great. Okay, Shirata, hold that thought. I got business to attend to. Damn right you do. Ghost monsters don't operate south of 23rd Street. You damn well know this is lovely chainsaw territory. Get lost or get tossed. If I wasn't confused before, I sure as am heck now. All I can do is watch this unfurl before me. With a clap, she summons her buddies to her side. I'm sorry, south of what? I don't recall signing any non-compete agreement with you, darlings.
Ghost monsters for life.
This locker room gossip queen is disrespecting your fearless leader. What do we say to that? Nobody just a stew on my watch. Nobody. Yeah, and I ain't scared to hit a chick. I'm an equal opportunity, socially maladjusted individual. I think you've got your answer, ladies. Now then, let's rumble. Well, to their credit, they don't throw the first punch, but we're talking Han didn't shoot first levels of moral high ground there. Immediately, the ghost monsters and the lovely chainsaw at each other's throats, grappling, punching, and shoving each other. Baseball bats get swung and clangs off a racing game, soda cans are thrown, someone uproots a chair near the snack machines and that goes flying too. It's chaos. Complete and utter chaos. And it needs to stop now. Iris? Already calling the cops, Shirata. As for me, it was supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to be. I did everything I could to make Arcade Spirits a success. I did what I was supposed to do, and fate still screwed me over. But I can stand here lamenting the fact, or I can do something about it. I chose the latter. Priority 1, to get the customers the hell out of here. Gavin and Ashley are already on that. I join in, trying to funnel the panicked crowd of kids and gamers out the door and away from the carnage. This way, hurry! In an orderly fashion, please. Out, everybody out! With our focus loading the place with arcade games and nothing more, it doesn't leave a lot of room to work with. Nor is it much of an octagon for the remarkably sloppy mixed martial arts brawl breaking out. We're gonna have a lot of game damage when all this is said and done. Damn it! I'm not letting that asshole get away with this. Until now, it's been the world's sloppiest barroom brawl, teenagers flailing at each other wildly, generally wrecking the scene rather than each other. But now, she's pulled out a gun. Not some arcade light gun, but a real-life shooting and killing gun. This isn't happening. This cannot be happening. But this is 100% happening. The leader of the lovely chainsaw gang raises her weapon and takes aim at Sue, trying to end this. But her target is conveniently tucked behind Miss Defame and Ashley. If I don't do something, someone is going to get seriously hurt. My mind races. If everything is indeed in ruins, I have one chance to make this right. One chance to do something good in the midst of all this chaos. Time slows for me, like I'm trapped in a dream state. Pure instincts take over and I start running toward them. We're just gonna protect Sue. Get down! And I die. I just pop up from the floor like, hello! Like a Jack in the Box, I'm here. I'm alive. I got shot in the chest. And we're dead. Can't do anything. Whoa. Holy shit. What did you... I was aiming for Sue. Pigs! Pigs! Run for it! Stay cool and light the footage first. Do it! Stay with us, Shirata. Stay with us. Help is on the way. Well, we're dead. We're dying. We're bleeding out. Oh, hi, Francine. I just wanted to make a dream for everyone to enjoy. That's all. Was that so wrong? It's what you would have done. It's what you did do for all of us. But I guess no good deed goes unpunished, huh? The Razzo family curse.
You've a strong spirit, dear.
Oh?
You'll get through this, I know you will.
Francine?
But for now, you best wake up. There's still more to be done.
I have to wake up, but I'm dead. Well, we're going into the bright light. Thank God. Oh, hello. Slowly, very slowly, I open my eyes. The soft beeping of medical monitoring greets me as well as an angel in white. Well, an angel in a white lab coat. While they're no heavenly being, they do appear to be my doctor, armed with nothing more than a clipboard. I'm still a little hazy as they briefly explain the situation. Thanks to my wild theatrics, I startled the shooter enough that her bullet missed its intended target, and instead it went into my leg, which hurt like a bitch, but apparently resulted in a surprisingly clean shot that I'll recover it from in a few weeks, easily. 2 days in the hospital, a week or 2 on crutches, some limping, then I'll be back to 100%. And more importantly, nobody died. I can live with this momentary pain if someone else gets to live, period. So, could have been better. Could have been worse. The doctor, having given me the report, leaves to treat other patients, but before they do, they inform me I have a visitor. At least, there's a plus side. I just wonder who it is. Percy walks in, his head held high. He's trying to hold it in, trying not to cry. Confound it all. What in the bloody hell were you thinking, jumping in front of a gun like that? Oh, Percy, how could you throw your life away like that? How could you noble, noble fool. A noble fool I love so dearly. A noble fool who I thought, for one terrible moment, that I'd lost forever. Percy,
Please, hear me out. I've made a decision.
Percy.
I am no stranger to grief. You know this. I've felt loss. I've felt pain. I'd like to think that if you were to leave my arms, I could shoulder the burden and carry on.
Percy, no.
I've had to do it before. When I lost my dear little sister, it was a considerable burden to bear.
Percy.
But I fear losing you would have broken me. Completely.
I'm gonna
I love
cry.
you with all of my heart. Even the part of my heart that seeks my destruction. I can't help myself. I don't want to love this much.
Percy, I'm right there with you.
It would be easier, wouldn't it? A simple, light-hearted love. One which could let go when the time comes to let go. Understanding that it will be fleeting. Accepting that.
I can't accept that.
But that's not the truth, is it?
No.
I love you deeply. And I cannot deny that. Today was proof. If you were gone, a piece of me would have gone with you. I couldn't bear it.
Percy.
So, I've decided. I'm going to accept my doctor's treatment.
Yay! Although I'm sad that it took my almost dying to do that.
Because making you shoulder the pain of losing me is selfish. It's unfair to make you have to feel even a tiny bit of the way I felt today.
Percy, I love you. So, it seems I'm gonna have to live, after all. No way around it. Assuming you can forgive me for my outburst of utter foolishness, that is. I'm glad to hear it, Percy. And your sister would be glad to hear it as well. I'm glad you're choosing life, Percy. And I have no doubt that your sister would want you to choose life as well. There's no need to die in her honor. You have a high score to achieve in her honor instead, right? And then a brilliant and long life to enjoy, also in her honor. So if you've decided you want to try the treatments, I'll be behind you every step of the way and beyond. I love you. And I want to be with you for a very, very long time. Strahta,
As would I.
Yes, that is what I want. I want to be with you. For as long as I can.
Well,
Now, a treatment isn't a cure. I wasn't lying about that. There's still a chance it won't work, but it's a chance I'm ready to take. And however many years I have, be they short or long, I'll happily spend them by your side. And in front of Mr. Moopy.
why?
Yes, well, that goes without saying. He sighs, letting all his weight off his chest. The little poke at his game-playing habits helped lighten the mood, but not entirely. I was being something of a prat, mind, so focused on punishing myself that I couldn't see how I was hurting others. You can forgive me, but I was quite cross with Mom and Dad, unfairly so, considering they've already lost a daughter. I'll call them tonight to start to patch things up, I promise. And how about once I've finished with the first round of treatments, we head up onto jolly old England, meet the folks, you and I. I suppose I'll need a passport then. An international trip? I've never left this coast, much less this country. Sounds good here, but we'll need to make arrangements. A passport, convert some money into pounds, pack plenty of clean underwear, things like that. I'll leave that all to you. I just tend to toss a few things in a bag and go. I travel light. Well, it's been a
funny
oh.
sort of day, hasn't it?
Yeah. We've still a lot of work to do to clear things up at the arcade, pave the way for this bright future we apparently now have together. But I know we can do it. So I'll see you bright and early, or whenever your doctor lets you leave, I suppose. Thanks, Percy. Love ya. And I you. Seeing the person I care for the most was certainly a boon to my spirit. Now, if I can only do something about the food here. With my heart calmed, my body finally tells me it's exhausted. I snuggle into the covers as a yawn escapes me. Just as I'm about to roll over and drift off to sleep, another visitor drops in. It's likely well past visiting hours, but with no small amount of both dread and relief, I'm glad to see her. Mr. Arazo, a word if you will. I try to straighten myself up from my pillow backrest. Time to put on my professional front, even if I'm in an excruciating pain. Okay, should I start by explaining what happened today isn't exactly indicative of... I should hope it was. It's hard to disguise the disbelief on my face. What? It seems I've misjudged your character based on an initial unpleasant interaction, but what I saw today, clearly you are no fool, nor a coward. I let my need to protect my family override my better judgment. How absurd. To paint everything you've built at Arcade Spirits with that brush, all over such a small matter. I saw you selflessly throw yourself in front of that bullet. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. It's indicative of someone who isn't simply in this for the money, as so many in this industry are. While I'm uncertain why you protected that young criminal, I suppose someone who respects life deeply enough to even protect someone like her is to be respected. I suppose I've become a bit jaded from all those eager to cash in on the arcade scene. All that large-scale arcades I have to review tend to be impersonal and cold. So you were impressed with our arcade? Well, let's not go that far. I can't say I was thrilled with the amount of mayhem and disaster going on even before a gang war broke out, but I will say I've only ever seen that amount of mayhem and disaster once before. It's highly unusual, to say the least. The last time I reviewed a small up-and-coming arcade similar to yours, everything went wrong. Everything. I wrote my review in an honest fashion, and as a result of my scathing pen, that place was sold and closed down within a month. Sold to a notable figure in this industry. What, you don't mean? Yep, Dekonami. Such is the fate of any arcade which dares to stand up to him. Your prior business, the Funplex, only escaped being devoured by being far too small to be worthwhile. Sadly, your enthusiasm may have put it in his crosshairs, and if you cannot tidy up your reputation after today's affairs, Arcade Spirits will be next. Again and again, torn down by Dekonami. This time, he doesn't even have to lift a finger. By pure coincidence, the ghost monsters wrecked everything before he can exact any revenge. All he has to do is swoop in and buy out what's left of our dreams. However, I have come to a decision. Given I was a first-hand witness to your troubles, which were clearly not your fault, and given your willingness to put even your own life on the line for your arcade, I'm going to tell my editor that I need more time, that I want to return in 1 week to get a more accurate and mature overview of your operation. 1 week. That's the best I can offer you. Okay. This is a difficult hole to climb out of, Mr. Arazo. Even aside from earlier trouble, having a gang fight and a shooting transpire at an arcade? Well, the press will feed on this. Even if I was the only press present and accounted for, they'll dig and they'll speculate and they'll chew on your bones. If your arcade survives that initial onslaught, I hope to write a proper review which can lay those concerns to rest. But I'll offer you no more second chances, no more reasonable doubts. Best foot forward when I return, or my readers will know the truth. Understood? Understood. Then, I'll leave you to your recuperation. With a curt nod, she turns and leaves the room, leaving me with my thoughts. 1 week. I've got exactly 1 week to completely rebuild our reputation and clear the good name of Arcade Spirits. Otherwise, it's game over for all of us. Oof, so dire, so dramatic. Okay. You've cleared level 7 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. We might go for a little bit longer tonight. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you've scored 24,700 points. Woohoo! Now let's have one last pizza fact. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings on their pizza, while 38% prefer vegetarian. Everybody loves different kinds of pizza, and that's a beautiful thing. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to the, drumroll please, the final level? Yeah, we'll save the game. I didn't expect to beat it today, but I think we might beat it today. We're going to start Chapter 8, and we're going to go from there. Because it's only been an hour and 10 minutes. I think I have time for this. Alright. Arcade Spirits. Level 8. Kill screen. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's see what happens. Also, I'm going to turn on my fan. It's getting a little stuffy in here. Whoop, whoop. Okay. It is the distant future year 20XX and... Oh, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky to make it to 20XX plus 1 at this rate. I've had my strand of fate twisted back and forth so often it feels like it could snap at any moment. Mired in depression and a supposed family curse, then lifted up by an amazing time at the Funplex, slammed back down by Dekonami, raised up again by the Arcade Spirits Project, and now descending farther due to a series of bad coincidences culminating in a Pier 6 brawl which I got shot. But today I'm back to Arcade Spirits and ready to work despite being on crutches. Normally, I have to mentally filter out the beeps and boops of this busy arcade, but not today. Aside from our regulars, nobody's here. Not exactly the sight I wanted to see on my grand return after heroically taking a bullet to the leg. We're 3 days into this ambition experiment, and it's already looking like a bust. Even with the reprieve from Mrs. Defame, we couldn't hush the event up completely. The news of a gang violence at a local arcade spread all over social media like wildfire. Gavin had filled me in on all the details I missed when I was passed out. By the time the cops got here, both gangs were long gone, and the ghost monsters wiped our security footage on the way out the door. No arrests made, no evidence remaining. The only plus side? Sue and her ghost monsters apparently never came back, but even without them actively causing problems, that single day managed to smash her reputation. It's just so frustrating. Oh no, hold on. Why is that the... fucked up. Yeah, okay. The entire situation is completely fucked up. I'd put my fist through a wall in rage if not for the fact that I have to pay for a drywall replacement myself. Those damn kids and their gangland throwdown ruined everything. Even without Defame's nuclear review looming over us, we're still losing. I don't honestly know how we can recover from this. If we could only get the good word out, somehow correct this PR disaster. Seated behind the ticket desk with my crutches propped up nearby, light duty for a week minimum, doctor's orders, I tried to mentally detangle this mess. Hey Iris, are we? Yes. We're still trending negatively on social media, like the last 7 times you asked. Any luck with our security camera footage then? Anything that we could give to the police? It might help our public image to have someone to point the blame at. Nope. It was totally wiped, and my file recovery systems failed. I guess that's to be expected when going up against cybercriminals. Like, they've even avoided bad press from the shooting. I haven't spotted the words ghost monsters in any of the articles I found about the attack. It's like they're ghosts. Well, not literally ghosts. I just mean that they clean up the tracks very well. Yeah, I got that. We did see them in their corporeal form, remember? At least that whole mess seems to be behind us. And now we just need to dig our way out of this hole. I sigh heavily as the burden sinks into my lungs. And before I can groan further, I hear footsteps approaching me. I lock my phone and pocket it before seeing who it is. Even being down in the dumps, Percy's presence somehow manages to lift my spirits a little. I'm glad to have him by my side. I smile as he walks towards me.
Hello.
Hello! Good to see you up and about. I'm up, but hardly about. I'll probably be glued to this school all day long. Well, yes, well, it beats the alternative, doesn't it? Plus, you get a nice view of the whole arcade. Although, a bit quiet in here today, isn't it? Yeah, I know, but we can turn this around. I know we can turn this around. Right, well, oh. Yeah. Thanks, Percy. Here we go. Right, well, I don't mean to be a bother, but I wanted to talk to you about our financial situation, seeing as I'm bankrolling this affair and such. As soon as he mentions money, my chest tightens as I expect the worst. It's not an unreasonable thing to bring up, but can I deal with more bad news? Okay. Okay. I may have more than my fair share of wealth, but it's not bottomless. Honestly, you could see the bottom even before I put my stake in Arcade Spirits. Yeah. Gavin and I have been going over the spreadsheets, and at our current rate, well, I'm afraid we only have so much padding before we have to start considering options. Options like selling. I don't want to, believe me, but there's going to be a breaking point where we need to consider pulling out before our initial investment cannot be recovered. If only to ensure everybody involved in this affair doesn't go bankrupt. The knot in my stomach turns, the idea of completely draining Percy's finances as well. His plan for that money was to turn it over to charity upon his death, even if his treatments worked and he survived, even if we ended up homeless together or something. Something of a grim thought, isn't it? But let's not dwell on the negative, shall we? No point in giving up the fight so soon after it begins. What we need is a plan for how we can turn these ill fortunes around. What are our next steps? Next steps? I can barely take a step with these crutches. Honestly, I'm not sure what we do next. I need time to think. By all means, think away. And if all else fails, well, you should still got your health. Ah, hold that thought. We've got a customer. Hello, welcome to... Why are you always here? Good morning. I think I'll be moving along now. Movie to play and all. So remember your health, Strata, and try to avoid stress in the next few minutes. Okay. I stood there, in silence and shock. I tried telling myself this was just a bad fever dream from my wound, but no such luck. This was 100% real. I watch as Deco takes a look around the arcade, his smug grin ever present. I see his eyebrow arc as he takes note of the people, or rather, the lack of people here playing games.
Such a shame.
Seems as you've had a...
Shame.
Oh, thank you for interrupting me, Dekonami. Seems you've had an unfortunate run of luck lately, Mr. Arazo. Not an unexpected one, however. I did warn that this would likely be the result of trying to go your own way. This can be a very unforgiving industry, as you've learned. Well, I didn't expect you to get shot, at least. I'm glad to hear the wound was minor, and you'll recover. I apologize for not sending flowers.
Am I not generous?
I hope you realize now that I was only looking out for your interest when I made my job offer, Mr. Arazo. You're a promising young talent, and it's a shame to see it go to waste on this doomed venture. Nope, can't handle this, not today. What do you want, Mr. Nami? If you need tokens, the change machine's over there.
A pity.
Tokens? How quaint. Still no swipe cards, eh? Sadly, I'm not here to play any of your antiques. Rather resembles the 1980X junkyard in here, doesn't it? All these obsolete games that no one truly cares about.
No.
No, I'm here
I'm
to...
here to make one final offer.
You have to keep interrupting me, Dekonami. How dare you?
Sign over ownership of this arcade to me. I'll spare careers.
No.
Yes, even Miss Fairchild and Miss Wolf. I'm sure I can find something for them to do at one of my facilities. I want to support your rising star. That's what I've always wanted. We've had our differences along the way, but I want us to overcome them and thrive.
No.
But this is your last opportunity. I'll not extend my hand in friendship again.
Is that what you're calling it? Is this a hand being extended in friendship? As we're talking business here? I don't think so.
If you don't agree to my terms, I'll stand idle and watch as everything burns down around you. You have my word on that.
Okay. Okay, obviously I wanted to say no to this fabulous offer. But at one point do I cut my losses. Miss Francine believes in dreams, but she also believes in practicality and trade-offs. Am I ready to give up everything so that I have something resembling a future? Nope. Of course I'm not giving up. I mean, seriously. I had so many opportunities to jump ship prior to this. Why would I bail this close to the end? I'm afraid I must follow my own dreams, Mr. Nami. I'm sorry, but Arcade Spirits is my dream. The dream I share with all my friends. There's no way I can sell out that dream. I appreciate the offer, but I must decline. I see, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I'd say I admire your dedication and optimism, but honestly, I don't. Real life rarely rewards the optimist. Until you learn how to approach life in a pragmatic fashion, I'm afraid you're destined for failure, time and time again. But as you like, it's your decision to make.
So be it.
I guess I'll have to settle for buying the burnt-out husk of your business once it ultimately collapses around you. I think you underestimate the damage being associated with the criminal element can do, Mr. Arazo. It's enough to ruin even the mightiest of arcades. Oh, and I doubt the ghost monsters will have forgotten about you. They will return, and they will make matters far worse for you. And I take notice. Play it cool, don't let on. Just test the waters. Really? Ghost monsters? I thought the gang was called Lovely Chainsaw or something.
A foolish fool.
Oh, yes, ghost monsters. Sadly, they insist on naming themselves after that absurd ancient video game reference. A little childish, immature. He shakes it off quickly enough, refocusing on me. But enough banter. I believe I'll take my leave. I'll not see you again, Mr. Arazo. I'll let my lawyers handle I'll let my lawyers handle purchasing what little remains of you. Good day. Once he's out of earshot, and well beyond the confines of the arcade, I pull out my phone to verify something. Iris, you checked all the news articles about the shooting, right? Yes, I've analyzed them all. Did you need me to pull up a specific one? Just confirm something for me. The ghost monsters were never mentioned by name in any of them, right? Yep, it seems Sue's friends are good at covering their tracks. Why? This is it. This is the chance we need. Admittedly, it's a slim chance, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Message, everyone. I'm calling another Wachter conspiracy.
Hooray!
Ooh, you're all fired up. Okay, message is sent. I'll need everyone's help filling in the gaping holes in my plan, but at least now, I have a plan. It's time for one last-ditch effort to save Arcade Spirits. Packing everybody into the employee break room proved tricky. Standing room only, elbow to elbow, but somehow we managed it. Hi, everybody. Glad I could be here for whatever this is. Thanks for coming, Juniper. This was it. This was where we'd make our last stand. I looked around the room and everyone, and all my friends, and I nodded to each of them determinedly. Okay, I know things are rough, but I've got, let's say, a good 60-80% of a plan for how we can turn things around. Like, we can all agree what happened wasn't our fault. Yes, someone else screwed us over. Every problem we face could be traced back to them. The ghost monsters and Lovely Chainsaw may be to blame, but the court of public opinion still puts the blame squarely on our shoulders. Our venue is tainted by their actions. We can cry foul all we'd like, but if there's even a chance of violence returning to our doorstep, it'll keep customers away. It's a real bummer. We haven't seen any families here since opening day. Parents just aren't willing to take their children someplace that's known for being dangerous. Actually, I wasn't talking about the gangs. Today I learned who our true enemy is, and that person is Deco Nami.
Pardon me?
Pardon? Deco Nami. I don't follow. Yes, I'm rather miffed over what happened with the Funplex, but he's hardly to blame for our current woes, right? Earlier, when he was taunting me, he slipped, mentioning the ghost monsters by name. Except those hackers kept their noses clean. They left us with no proof that they were even involved, thanks to our security cameras being wiped. The cops didn't go after them. The news didn't identify them. So, how did Deco know about them? Answer. Deco hired the ghost monsters to ruin our opening day.
What?
Oh, seriously? Ah, in hindsight, it should have been obvious. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Far too many coincidences to be otherwise, and the fact that they only started wreaking havoc once Miss Defame showed up to bear witness. I can see what you're throwing down, Shroda. Sue and her friends didn't seem awful at first. I remember talking to Clyde. They were nice and friendly. And then Miss Defame showed in. Oh my gosh, wait, do you think Miss Defame is involved? Considering she was willing to hold back her review, I don't think she's knowingly involved, but Deco may have gotten wind she'd be showing up and took advantage.
What if?
But you don't think Deco wouldn't stoop that low, right? Hiring some random street gang to mess with us, would he? Oh, he would. He's a spiteful bastard. Of course he'd try to ruin our opening day. The only reason he didn't destroy Miss Francine was out of some weird sort of gentlemanly respect for a fellow elder business owner. But to Deco Nami, Shroda is basically pawn scum. Thanks? To be fair, I doubt he orchestrated the bullet-riddled finale of the evening. That pushes plausibility. True, he wouldn't even need a shooting to ruin us. The negative review alone would have done the job. Being even slightly associated with gang would have been awful. If Miss Defame reported us as a hotbed of teenage chaos, a living reenactment of Lord of the Flies, it'd spell doom even without the bullets flying around. I guess we're lucky she held her review back. Hi, friends. The problem is, we have no proof of this, do we? No way to tie Deco back to the ghost monsters, other than him slipping up and mentioning them to Shroda. I doubt he'd ever admit this on the record. Iris hasn't been able to dig up any digital evidence, although there's our eyewitnesses' testimony, which should be enough to warrant some investigation, but for some reason, that doesn't seem to be enough for the police. I know a few of the local cops and how they think. If they're not looking into the ghost monsters, odds are they're actually looking into the ghost monsters quietly. Which admittedly doesn't help us in clearing our name. And it's too much to hope that Deco simply confesses to orchestrating the incident which ruined us. Ugh, that slimy bastard's not getting away with this. I'll beat the truth out of him if I have to. As amusing as that would be, I wouldn't suggest it, love. We need to be smart about this and undermine him rather than take the direct approach. You mentioned having most of a plan, Shroda. Care to elaborate? I do care to share, thank you. Well, if Deco won't confess his sins, we need the next best thing. We need his henchmen to flip on him. See, I sensed some tension from Deco about the ghost monsters. He called them childish and immature. There may be some bad blood between them. How about we break up their partnership? My plan is to track down the ghost monsters, get them to turn on their employer, and confess to their crimes. Once the media hears it from Sue herself that the incident was all thanks to Deco's scheming, it'll clear the good name of Arcade Spirits. The plan is foolproof. Well, I'm answered with a myriad of blank stares and blinks. Oh, what? Don't everybody congratulate me all at once now. Okay, so this isn't really me criticizing, but your plan kind of sucks. You want us to track down a bunch of hackers we already can't find, and then ask them politely to betray the guy who's paying them a lot of money. Between this and the shooting, I'm worried your health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof, Sharada. My health insurance premiums are already through the roof. Thank you. That's why I said it was maybe 60% of a good plan. Look, we don't have a lot of options, people. Right now, the only ones who can save us are the ones who ruined us, Deco and Sue. I'm confident that if I can find Sue and talk to her, I can get her to see reason. It's true, Shroud was willing to give them another chance and hear out their side of things before. Sue really seems to like arcade spirits. If there's some disagreement between her and Deco about our arcade, that could be why. Exactly. I think I can get through to her if I try. This hinges on our ability to find Sue. To find an unfindable bunch of ghosts, one Iris can't even track down, and that's where you all come in. All the options on the table, I want to hear your ideas for how we find Deco's hired goons. Let's fill in the other 40% of my plan and make this happen. And awkward glances back and forth are all I get in return. I get why they're concerned. This is the slimmest hope, the narrowest of margins. I'm asking them to follow me on a hunch. But I know this can be done. I know I can get Sue to give us the dirt that we need to clear our name. Heck, some days it feels all I do is talk my way through problems. If that's my one special skill, I'm going to rely on it for this final conflict. Now if we could just find her. For that, I need their help. And that means I need to motivate them, like a true leader would. Okay. We can outthink, outwit, and outmatch Deco. Okay. I look around me and I see the best and brightest in the arcade world has to offer. Engineers, thinkers, problem solvers, brilliant minds. Deco is ruled by his spite and his bitterness. We can be smarter than that. Better than that. We can find a way to turn his weaknesses against him. Find an unfindable gang? I think we can do it. Unseat an arcade tyrant? I know we can do it. All I need from you is to take this seriously and lend me your aid. Work the problem with me. Are you ready? You know it. I've solved cosplay challenges before. Solving this will be a piece of cake. Obviously. I'm ready and willing to take on this task. You only need to ask. It'd be a complicated dance, but I'm willing to step to the beat of success. Well, that's 3 of them. Everyone nods in agreement, and I can even see some smiles start to appear. We're all on board. Now, just determine the how of the plan. Decision, fighting the ghost monsters. Okay.
Perhaps.
At the risk of stating the obvious, why don't we talk to the police about this? They've proven unhelpful so far, but if we go down to the station and fully explain our situation, we may be able to gain the information we need. I feel this would be a reasonably steady course of action. I'm not certain about showing up and just asking them to open their files to us, but you're correct. The police would have the information we need. Except cybercrime is a sticky situation. You have to control leaks. If they're looking into the ghost monsters, they won't just outright tell us. The key is talking to the right people. I know most of the cops at Ben and Matt's donut shop by name, and I know one friendly officer that'll help us.
Nope, no way.
Why do we get the cops involved? We already know someone who's got an axe to grind against Sue and her baddies, or rather, a chainsaw. That's right, Queen Bee. We can ask the lovely Chainsaw Gang. They'll be easier to find, and would probably be thrilled to divulge all the dirt they have on the ghost monsters. Or they'll carve us up with switchblades. Could go either way. I'll admit this is a super gutsy move, but if we pull it off, we won't need to involve the authorities at all. The whole situation's a bit too sticky for my liking. Cops and robbers? No thank you. Although the alternative I'm about to suggest may be stickier still. Shada first met the ghost monsters at Deco's palace, yes? They're regulars there. So we investigate Deco's palace to find someone who knows Sue and her mates. If we can find a good friend of hers and make them understand why we need to speak with Sue, well, we're already on a somewhat good terms with Sue, thanks to Shada remaining diplomatic about all this. We should keep that going. I think I'd attract too much attention if I went to Deco's palace. I show my face around there, it's going to raise some questions. But my face wouldn't. Deco doesn't know me. I was a fun place adjacent, rather than a fun place regular. And he doesn't pay much attention to me when I was attending that business dinner with you. I'd hazard I could join her without any issue. Yes, we could slip in and ask around about Sue without anyone even noticing. Okay. I'd say this kindly strategy is an honest appeal to those who may know her. What would be more cordial?
Definitely.
If she's got a single friend in that place, I'll find them. It's a daring mission in enemy territory, but for you, Shirada, I'll do it. He's so plum red. He's so cute. She's so cute and pink. Right? I love Percy. He's my orange daddy as fuck. And then, yes, yeah, she's basically evil Minimoon. She is basically evil Minimoon. I love that. She's like, if Minimoon grew up and then said, you know what? I'm going to be like 10% emo, 90% pastel goth. Let's go. So much that Moon feels here. Absolutely. Absolutely. What are you looking at me for? I don't have any ideas. I mean, well, you could try Googling for her accounts. I'm reasonably sure Iris already tried that. Hell yes, yes. Right? Yep, I even used Yahoo, Bing, AltaVista, and Webcrawler. I have no idea what half of those are. Even her outfit is great. Her outfit is on point. Okay, but that's not really what I meant. I meant checking online forums for arcade enthusiasts. She loves arcades, right? She might have an account there. I've been rejoining online communities lately to try and open up to like-minded folks and socialize a bit more on my own terms. She's got to be lurking in one of those places. Oh, wait, I know. If we can't passively search for her, we can actively call her out. As much as I hate internet trolls, they do get results. If we taunt the ghost monsters online, well, I'm positive Sue's the sort of person who looks up herself constantly, right? Even that cute penguin's great.
Later is you.
Of course, and with my help, we can establish fake accounts to spread the message so far and wide that she can't miss it. I'd suggest we use a public internet access point to keep it from being traced back to Arcade Spirits, though. Ooh, a road trip. Road trip! I can tell from Gavin wincing at this that he's not a fan, but he's not a fan of Iris in general, so...
Good work.
I like this plan, Naomi. It's pretty quirky, but it just might work. Well, I did say I wanted options, right? Involving the cops after all the semi-shady things we've done is risky. So is provoking a rival gang of armed hooligans. So is infiltrating Deko's palace. So is... Okay, posting a few message trolls online isn't that risky given how many social media companies actually adore trolls and nurture them for advertising dollars, but it could annoy Sue. What is the path forward? Okay. Before I can decide, Juniper raises her hand. All these sound great, but... Shirada, you're still recovering from an injury. The less moving around you do, the more likely you'll heal nice and quick. You can't go gallivanting around the city chasing down rumors about the ghost monsters today. I'm just on crutches. I'm not in an iron lug or anything. I'm still mobile. Light duty only. Doctor's orders, remember? But I have a solution to this conundrum. It's simple and super effective. Let us do this for you. You've had to tackle all these problems since joining the Funplex by yourself. Why not step back and let us handle this one? Well, okay. But I need to be there when we finally confront Sue. While you're out and about, I guess I'll get some rest so I'm ready for tonight. Sound good? Sounds good. These are my friends. I trust them entirely, and I trust that each of these options will work for getting us what we need. So now, the only question is, which plan do I want to give my Shirada seal of approval? You're gonna go infiltrate Deko's palace as Juniper and Percy. Alright. I think our best bet is to keep things quiet. Not involve the police or the criminals. Not to troll the internet. Just ask around for some of Sue's friends. Juniper, Percy, you two head off to Deko's palace and see what you can learn. It's less likely to backfire. At worst, you get arrested for loitering around the place. Or you get your butts kicked by security, I guess. Right, we'd best move along then. You can count on me, Shirada. Hell yeah, Juniper. Apparently there's a route. I think you can romance Juniper. I think. I don't know, though. I've never done it. I don't... Or is it like super BFFs with Juniper? I don't know. That's right. He could count on me always. Shirada and I have been friends for years, and would be BFFs for many years to come. I knew I'd be by his side forever and a day. Okay, someone would be by his side today. I'd be at Deko's palace looking for clues, like a teenage mystery sleuth, but I was by his side in spirit. Shirada's always solving all these problems for his other friends at the arcade, always going on crazy adventures and getting into trouble. All while I stayed on the sidelines. But now, it's time for Juniper's Day in the Sun. Or Juniper's Day under the fluorescent tube lighting, anyway. I've never been to Deko's palace before. I went to Vegas once, though, and this place pretty much resembled a bad off-strip casino. Pulsating lights from flashing everywhere, the constant chirps from the games, not to mention that heavy smell of, like, greasy fried chicken. Not a pleasant aroma, is it? I notice you wrinkling your nose. I don't really like junk food. I mean, it's all you can swing when you're poor and don't have much free time, but I prefer cooking proper meals myself, you know? But the target demographic of Deco's Palace adores anything deep-fried and or coated in sugar, you see. So have you given any thought of how we to track down someone who knows our elusively ghostly friends, then? Simple. It's a process of elimination. We're looking for teenagers, right? So we can rule out any kids or adults here. Plus, soon our friends are delinquents. We'll find some young miscreants. We'll find our contact. So you're suggesting we wander up to random dangerous-looking teenagers and just start asking them? It's foolproof. I think I have a bit more scientific method in mind. When I visited Deco's Palace with Shirada, I spotted someone resembling Sue playing this arcade's version of Moopy. Of course, I didn't know at the time who the young lady was, but if she's a fan of Moopy, perhaps one of her friends may be as well? When seeking out a ghostly individual, first check their usual hunting grounds, I'd say. Ooh, smart thinking. Okay, you hang around Moopy, I'll poke around somewhere elsewhere and see what I can find. Text me if you hit pay dirt. Very well, I'll be in touch. Yay! We're finding people. And then an hour passed with nothing. Okay. I asked around, but either nobody had heard of Sue, or they kind of went quiet and made an excuse to leave after I mentioned her name. Thought about, like, chasing down some of the folks who seem to know something, but maybe I'm just not gutsy enough. I don't get it. Shirada makes this sort of thing look so easy. I thought we could just roll up onto Deco's Palace, find someone who looks cyberpunky, get the info, bing bang boom, done. Instead, I'm nursing a watery iced tea at a soda fountain, and poking at a basket of french fries, after complaining about the greasy junk food, of course. Well, do you? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was asking if you wanted a refill on your iced tea. Oh, no, I'm good. Hey, do you know a young woman named Sue, by any chance? About this tall, lavender hair, likes Moopy? I have other customers to attend to, excuse me? Well, poop butts. Maybe I've struck out. I'll admit I didn't have much of a plan going into this one. I've never had much of a plan, really. I couldn't even work up the nerve to leave that awful job until Shirada gave me his approval. Like I couldn't lay out my own plan for my life. Being an independent artist is hard work, but at least now I have something resembling a plan for my life. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna make it. I think that's why I admire Shirada. Okay, so he needs a nudge now and then to get things moving, but once he does get the let out, nothing stands in his way. I need that kind of energy if I'm going to succeed today. I need to not just sit on my butt eating french fries. I gotta get there and make this happen. A notification from my phone snatched my attention just as I was getting off my bar stool. Possible lead. Meet me at the Moopy game. This is it. My time to shine. Let's make it happen, Juniper. Ooh, Percy coming through with a lead. Thank you. It takes me a second to get there. I can see Percy standing near some weird touchscreen version of Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, which is being played by a little girl standing on a step stool. And if you hit the button, it makes the wizard man eat all the dots. Impressive. You got wonderful timing, Miss Tia.
Thank you.
Thanks, mister. And thank you for showing me the spinny color game at the party, even if it was super boring. Ah, Miss Tia, this is my friend, Miss Juniper. Miss Juniper, Miss Tia here was telling me all about her best friend, Miss Sue. She was?
Definitely.
I mean, yes, I see. Sue, right. Okay, this wasn't what I expected. I figured any friend of Sue's had to be some rough and tumble punk, not a cute little package of smiles and sunshine. Not a cute little package of smile and sunshine. How's the leader of a gang of thugs end up friends with a kindergartner? Still, this was my chance. I had to go for it. Let's see. How would Shirada handle this introduction? Oh, I'm a Miss Terry? No. Hi, Miss Tia. I'm a Miss Terry. No, I'm very pleased to meet you. I hope we can be friends. Okay. Time to put those years of babysitting practice to good work. Hello, Miss Tia. My name is Miss Juniper, and I'm very pleased to meet you. I hope we can be friends.
Hello.
I like making friends. Unless you steal people's prize tickets, those people are no good. I wasn't planning to. Okay, then we'll be friends. So, how do you know Miss Sue? Oh. Miss Tia was telling me that her brother is the chap we've come to know as Inky. I see. Is he around right now? The last thing we need is for one of the ghost monsters to notice us interrogating his sister for information. Nah, I'm here with my big sister, but she got bored and went off to talk to her friends and drink milkshakes. We come to this arcade lots and lots. My brother usually ignores me too, But Miss Sue is always nice to me and tells me great jokes. And she loves Moopy. She can make the Wizard Man eat all the dots every time. She taught me how to do it.
Yay!
You just gotta kick the game right here, and it'll look all funny for a moment, and then munch, 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 he'll eat all the dots right up. I see. Well, Miss Tia, I was hoping to talk with Miss Sue today. Do you know where she is? Or maybe your brother?
It's a secret.
I'm not supposed to tell nobody. Miss Sue said it was a secret. Okay, Juniper, time to use those powers of persuasion. What would Sharada do in this situation? Oh, duh. I want to be friends with Miss Sue, too. I wish I could tell her the whole truth, and be honest like Sharada, but I'll have to be careful, too. Miss Sue sounds like a great person, and I'd really love to be friends with her, too. She knows a lot about games, right? Yes, Miss Sue knows everything about every game, all of them. I'd really like to thank her, really like to talk to her about arcades. She visited my favorite arcade recently, but she hasn't come back since then. I want to talk to her about our arcade. And I promise you, I can keep the secret, too. All I want to do is talk. I won't hurt her or anything. That's a great line. All I want to do is talk. I won't hurt her or anything. Well,
BFFs for life.
I understand why you want to protect your friend. That's great. You're a great friend. And we like to be great friends, too. I don't know. Okay, I'm feeling very weird about tricking a little girl at this point. Sharada sent us here so we can be friendly and diplomatic. Even though this would be super easy to dupe this kid, I should be a little bit more honest. Miss Tia, the thing is... someone's being very mean to my friend, Mr. Sharada, and we're hoping Miss Sue can help us. That's why we really want to talk to her. We want to be friends with Miss Sue, so she'll help us against this bully. Maybe she won't want to help, but we have to try. Mr. Sharada believes in being kind to people. That's why he sent us here, to find someone who's friends with Miss Sue, so it can make all this better again. Will you be willing to help us? If you don't want to, that's okay. We'd understand. Mr. Sharada? He and Mr. Percy tried to help me when I lost all my tickets. I was so sad that day, but they helped me feel not so bad anymore. Aww. Aww. And you seem really nice, Miss Juniper, so... Okay. If you're gonna be nice to Miss Sue, I'll tell you. There's an old, really, really old arcade where my brother and Sue and her friends all hang out. It's not too far from my home, and it's got so many games in it. Percy gets out his phone and starts trying to figure out the address based on her description of the area. I'm just relieved to be out of the spotlight as he translates from little girl E's to workable Mappies. Says here the warehouse is owned by Nostalgia Commodities. It's a super big house with one huge room and a really tall ceiling and stairs and stuff. Sounds accurate. Very well, shall we depart? I'm sure Mr. Sharada is eager to make friends with Miss Sue. Since we're friends and stuff now, you know, Sue isn't really her name, right? Not her whole name, I mean.
It's a secret.
Her name's a secret, so... I can't ask this poor girl to divulge any more secrets. I already feel a bit weird about this. But she motions for me to kneel down anyway, so she can whisper. Her name is... Wow.
Pardon me.
Pardon? Okay, I gotta go find my big sister. Bye! What was that about? I think I just figured out a lot of what's going on. I'll tell you on the way back to Arcade Spirits. Not only did we learn where Miss Sue was hiding out, but we have been handed a heck of a plot twist. I can't wait to get home to divulge this info to Sharada. And now that I think about it, I'm glad I can help out my BFF Sharada. I'm glad I can help my BFF. Sharada means a lot to me. We've been friends for years, and hopefully for many more years to come. All you have to do is get past this teensy-weensy little bump in the road, right? Just like stop a megalomaniacal... No. I can't say that word right now. What is this word? Megalomaniacal arcade czar for ruining all our hopes and dreams using nothing more than a street address and a name. I'm betting he will want Percy at his side when they confront Sue, of course, and that's okay. I've had enough excitement for one day. I just hope I did enough to give Sharada the winning edge, or it'll be game over for us all. Aww, Juniper, I love you too, my friend. Okay. I awaken to the sounds of pain, more specifically, the groans of pain escaping from my own throat. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts a lot, and sleeping on the second-hand employee couch probably is not the finest choice for rest. The nap was a definite necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore, and won't be for a few weeks to come, but sleep didn't make my muscles less achy. If anything, I've got a headache on top of it. Joys of joys. But right now, I've got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. The fate of arcade spirits is what matters most. Beep beep. You should probably be getting up now. I'm up. Goody! So have you given any thought of how you're going to win Sue over's favor once you confront her? Well, usually I just sort of stumble through these things and decide stuff like that on the fly. That's no good. That's no good today. You know those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? Well, like where I can't crack wise if I'm not a jokey type of person. Well, it's not so much that you can't, more that you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People will see right through it. And I'm betting Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. This will be a super intense identity situation, only one way through. When the time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your highest personality score. Not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Sharada. I'm just trying to help you make decisions that will save arcade spirits, and that means being true to your spirit. And what does that mean exactly? According to my calculations right now, your best bet for how to convince Sue is to be kindly. You've done a great job opening your heart to others and getting them to empathize with you. Do that with Sue, and she'll be your friend in no time. And if I don't want to take that approach? It's a bit late to change who you are as a person, Sharada. Remember, my numbers and scores only help me understand who you are. Who you are is who you've chosen to be. It's a causal relationship. But with the help of your friends, you can maybe get some ideas, nudge things around a bit until you feel confident in taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now.
Hello.
Wakey wakey love. I'm pleased to report a successful sortie against the enemy. Could you use less war metaphors? They're scary. We made the right call looking for Sue's friend. She seems to have a soft spot for children. A nice girl told us how to find her. I'm afraid there's an additional wrinkle, however. Sure, we have their location, but we also have Sue's real name. I'm guessing that's not Sue. Oh, it's certainly Sue. Tsunami. Tsunami? We've been assuming all along that the ghost monsters were guns for hire, paid off by Deco Nami to ruin our opening day. But if Sue is actually Deco's daughter... I'm gonna need to be very, very careful. Oh, shit, no, hold on. Would she ever betray her own father? This could be bad. Let me just check the score real quick. Yeah, there's no hope in me raising any of these. I've been kindly the entire time, and that's never gonna change. Okay, that's fine. A mercenary hacker could be convinced to betray her boss, but a dutiful daughter would be less likely to do so. That's a wrench in the spanner in the works. Deco didn't seem particularly enamored of the ghost monsters, though. Even if it means breaking up a family, maybe I can use that to drive a wedge between them. Either way, this just got a whole lot more complicated. Okay, this changes everything. The sticky situation just got stickier. The foul fellow is her father.
Rather unfortunate.
Truthfully, I'm not sure how this changes our plans. I know I'd sooner eat glass than backstab my mom and pa, personally. Still, we do what we must, yes? You and I will deal with this new wrinkle when the time comes. I'm coming with you, of course. You'll need someone with a car to haul you out of there, right? Pretty sure the bus doesn't have a stop marked gang territory, no. But you've already put your life on the line for this arcade once, somewhat literally. I'll not let you do so again. If this turns violent, I'm getting you out of there, understand? You mean too much to me to allow a repeat episode of opening day. What, not sacrificing for Arcade Queen and Arcade Country? No, and that goes for you too, Percy. Don't risk your life. I'd rather neither of us risk our lives. Charlotte, marry him. I'm marrying him. There's a ring on order. He's gonna get married. I'm marrying this man. I'd rather neither of us risk our lives if it comes to that. I agree. We'd run for it. It'll mean potentially abandoning Arcade Spirits to its fate, but indeed, we must keep our heads about us in this matter.
Well,
It pains me to say this, but it's just an arcade, Sharada. Nice green stone on a gold band. Exactly. A giant fucking emerald. A nice fucking emerald. Maybe like smaller emeralds around it and like almost not a four-leaf clover, but like in a kind of like floral spiral, you know? Maybe a little like a swoosh kind of style, like, you know, like a little curve. You know, S for Sharada, P for Percy, that sort of stuff. You mean more to me than this place, or Moopy, or damn near anything, honestly. I'm marrying this ass today. I want us to have a long, happy lives together. No matter the misfortune, we'll have that. I promise you. Let's try to avoid any misfortune. If you play the situation right, we can come out on top. Iris told me I only get one chance at this, that I need to go with whatever I do best. But if I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. Percy, how would you think we should approach Sue? Carefully, gently, and with kindness. Given we're aiming to split her from her father's side, we need to be very diplomatic and understanding of her feelings. It's the only way forward, I feel. Agreed, we should consider her feelings. It's going to be difficult, sure, but if we can connect to her on an emotional level, maybe we can sway her to our side. Agreed. It's the best way forward, really. Now then, sort out any final business and we'll head on over to Faces together. I'll just get the car ready. Take your time. Well, this is it. Either we sort this mess out or Arcade Spirits crashes and burns. Or I get killed? I guess that's always an option, considering we're about to go confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I don't even want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise, but if this is the end, I should probably have some words with my friends before I march towards doom, if only to get their opinion on how I should approach Sue. Grabbing my crutches, I swing my way out to the arcade proper to track down some folks. Alright, time to rally the troops, and by rally the troops, I mean talk to them. Let's see, I've already talked with Percy. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Naomi. Naomi will be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her, see how she feels about all this. Hum-dee-hum. Looks like she's happily tinkering with some old 1980X arcade circuit board. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Shada, good to see you. I remember when I first met her. She'd jump in surprise if I approached her like this. Seems those days are over. Good night, love you. You too. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading out to talk to Sue soon, so I just wanted to talk a bit before I go. I'm sure you'll do great. In all the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've ever been, at least. If anybody can sway her to our side, it's you. I mean, look at all this. She gestures arms wide to her surroundings. What, your workshop? No, I mean Arcade Spirit itself, duh. Look at everything you've built. And how'd you do it? By talking to people. Helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. I'm just me, Naomi. An ordinary person with a big heart. Naomi, I'm just me. Little old me. I've got a big heart, and I wear it on my sleeve, but it's up to others to decide if they want to do the same, and join me. So far it's worked out okay, but tonight, I don't know. Maybe I'm not up to this. Tonight, Sue will see your heart, and know you're in the right while her father's in the wrong. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishments, Sharada. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, being scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall into that trap. So when you say you're a great person, take the compliment. Okay then. So how do you think I should approach Sue? Well, if it was me, I'm not happy with how they ruined our opening day. Honestly, I'm downright miffed about it. I'd probably go at them like a fireball because I'm downright fierce. But I know that probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road is the better path. You've got a steep hill to climb here, making her flip on not only a partner in crime, but her own family. So you're going to have to try to understand her heart. She kept saying she liked our arcade. Plain as that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Okay, I'll consider playing nice. Challenging her ego and insulting her is definitely not going to work. Playing nice makes sense. You're right. I'll consider it. Believe me, I kind of want to kick her teeth in, but I know that's wrong. Even if we were never friends, we have to at least try to understand her. I better get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't going to suck in themselves. Even if the arcade ends up closing down. I'm deciding to be optimistic. You can do it, Sharada. Best of luck. Oh, hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? Sure, what's up? What do you think of Gavin? Like, I mean, I know he's a money-grubbing, prize game-loving stick in the mud, but... Well, ever since Arcade Spirits, all of us working together, I don't know. Maybe he's softened up a bit. I think you're a good influence on him. Do you think he'd be the kind to put old arguments aside and like, No, we gotta stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Naomi returns to her work. I would have told her to go for Gavin. Let's just talk to everybody. Fuck it. Okay. I find Gavin looming large over the arcade floor behind the ticket desk. Seems he was expecting me. So, our complications have developed complications. Seems to be the case. And you'd like my advice on the matter? Seems to be the case. Be clear with Sue, be honest, and be ready to rise to whatever challenge she poses to you.
Perhaps.
If you let her make the first move, you can counter move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use that talent to let her set up her own traps and step in them. Treat her with respect, but in the end, she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager, I like to believe.
Take this matter seriously.
If you take the situation seriously and approach with a clear mind, I have no doubt you'll win the day, agreed? I can keep a cool head and let her make the first move. Yeah, sounds about right. Go in ready to form a strategy based on the conditions of the ground, and then play out that strategy with a calm hand. Precisely the way I'd handle it. You know, when you first came to the Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. I'd assumed you'd just fill the seat and do the low-level labor while I focused on higher-order management tasks. So I've largely kept my distance, or tried to, at least, out of professional respect, but I can't help but have to come to know you over the time we spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You've taken opportunity and run with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either.
Certain.
But I know that if this is possible, if we can stave off bankruptcy, you will be capable of doing it. You know? Thank you, Gavin. Your respect means a lot to me. Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad I've earned your respect. I have worked hard to get us all to where we are today, and I don't intend to let any of you down. Of that, I have no doubt. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do Arcade Spirits proud. Do us all proud. We're all counting on you, Naomi especially. I swore to protect your dream once, even if I've been inadequate at the task. Unable to truly understand her heart. I hope she can forgive my earlier mistakes, now that we're all pulling together for Arcade Spirits. I must admit, fondness. Have you told her that? Well, no, but perhaps I should. Ahem. Not that I mean to distract you, as you were. Who else do I talk to before we leave? Everybody. Hi, Ashley. Ashley's wandering around the arcade floor, practicing what I can only assume are Magical Girl final attack sequences. Aren't you out of costume for that? Ashley finishes up a twirl before addressing me. You can take the Magical Girl out of the outfit, but you can't take the Magical Girl out of your heart. Plus, I'm practicing for the final boss fight. Aren't you ready? What? Shada, you dig role-playing games, right? Doesn't this feel like you're about to enter the final boss fight like in every RPG ever? Look, you've gathered up all your team members. See also us, your friends. Also, we're all hunkered down in a dark damn cave. See also Arcade Spirits. Now we're having this epic sentimental chat about winning or losing. I couldn't be more spot on. Although, I do wonder what class you'd be, Shirada. As long as Sue doesn't metamorphose into a six-wing and floating half-torso of a monster as Gregorian chants play in the background, I think I can handle that. Speaking of which, how are you going to handle it? I have a few options floating around in my head, but I was checking with others to see what they recommend. If it was me trying to take down the final boss, I would give in to Sue's spunk and sass. Make it a bizarro final fight by playing to Sue's sense of adventure. Joke around with her. Maybe if we match her antics up with ours, we might just best her at our own silly game. Yes, fight mischievous cybercriminals with more mischief. No one can outplay me. I'm Shirada, arcade manager and all-around cool kid. I got puns and jokes for days. And that's what I'm talking about. There's no way to lose with that attitude. Also, can I just check this? Yeah, there's no way these are going to get raised enough to be what I need them to be. It's fine. Yeah, there's no way to lose with that attitude. But I also know something else, which is to always trust Shirada. Yes! Whatever you end up doing, I know you're going to save Arcade Spirits and consequently, us all. Isn't that a little too hopeful? There's a very real chance that I can fail at this. This is some game. This is real life. Of course I realize that. But I gotta have hope. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself. And here's where I get really sappy. Ever since you came into the Funplex on that day, you've affected us all. You've changed all our lives. And mine. For the better, of course. I've been watching you grow and change into this person before me, and you've inspired me to do the same. To become the person I want to be. So Shirada, no matter what happens in there, just know that you've made friends here. Friends that'll last a lifetime. True, these friendships are the very best. Yeah. The very best friendships, like no one ever was. To cultivate them is my real test. To enjoy them is my call. You know it. Friendships made in an arcade are the truest, most pure friendships. And just so you know, you've been a tremendously amazing friend. Ashley twiddles her fingers for a second and then deviates from the seriousness. Well, I know you've got some things to do before this big fight. Just make sure you stocked up on potions and don't forget you have the correct weapons equipped. All I have is this crutch. Did you see the stats on it though? Crutches do double damage to pesky teenagers. Good to know. And Ashley? Yes, Sharada? Thanks for being so bright in this dark hour. You've got it, friend. Now get out there and kick all the butts. We're just going to go to Queen Bee. We're going to go down the line. Obviously, Queen Bee is playing Fist of Discomfort, right? I make my way over to the FOD cabinet, and I'm in no way surprised to see her playing, although this time it's without the fancy rig and camera setup. Just her.
Come on!
Ugh, I fucking hate playing against the AI. It's no challenge at all. How can you do this with my eyes fucking closed? Hey kid, jump in here and be my opponent. I know better than to do that, Queen Bee. You would pulverize me inside and out, and I'd be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end. Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deco family? Huh? Queen Bee definitely hits a button combination which officially takes out her AI enemy. Removing herself from the cabinet, she pulls at her jacket, straightening it out. I'm imagining you're going into Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns a-blazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, challenging Sue to one final showdown. What do you think? I think you've been talking too much with Ashley. Her imagination's rubbing off on you. Listen, Sue's a gamer, and we know she's got a bit of a competitive streak, right? Be confident and throw down your best shit talk. She won't be able to fight against it. She'll easily see we're superior to her daddy dearest. I'll show Sue my first-rate moxie and take her down. You're right, Queen Bee. Once Sue sees my guts, and hopefully not my literal guts, she won't be able to do anything but side with me. Kid, I believe in you. And as one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, I endorse you. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. When you first showed up at the Funplex, I thought you were going to be easy fodder for me to crush beneath my heels. Is this supposed to make me feel better? Hold on a minute, kid. Let me finish. But as I got to know you, you're not just another fan. You're a true friend. Sometimes when I'm frustrated, I look to you for inspiration. Me. But I'm just Sharada.
Not bad.
Yeah, fucking right. Watching you overcome your fears and fight for arcade spirits, it makes my soul burn. Makes me realize I can overcome anything too. Even my most hardcore battles. So when you get in there tonight, don't have any doubt. You're a fucking badass person. And an even more badass friend. Oh, she's blushing. I'm fucking awesome. I cherish you as a friend too. Queen Bee, I'm so happy to have you as a friend. You showed me the wild side of tournaments, victories, combined with a whole lot of swears. I'd never have the chance to experience that if not for you. You're too sweet, kid. I'm glad you got to see what it's like to be an esports superstar. But like, seriously, you're the superstar. Okay, I can't handle any more of this mushy friendship talk. It's gonna ruin my reputation as the most radical person out there. We can't have that. Can't have that? I don't think anyone believes you're less than radical.
Hey.
Thanks, kid. Oh, now do your thing. Now go and do your thing, and don't forget to kill him dead tonight. As I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I meant that literally, not figuratively. Ta! Who else do I want to talk to? Teo, the man I left for Percy. There's one place I know there's just one place I know I'm going to find Teo, and when I get there, he's already on stage, grooving to the beat. It's exactly like the day I first encountered Teo, not a care in the world besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do ya? Even when impending doom is nigh. We're about to go head to head with Sue. I think I might have missed a couple days when I got the flu once. But seriously, just thinking about you facing off against Deco's daughter worried me the heck out. That's why I hopped on Showtime stage, to quell that anxiety. Dancing is a good way to clear the mind and work off any stress. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds and he looks at me dead in the eye. Sharada, you don't realize how you impacted us all, do you? I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcades.
Thank you.
We're all super grateful. Especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm. Even when we tend to break the fire codes. I feel like you took the charge for that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew... No, me. I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. You've taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honored to be your friend. I've got that Care Bear stare. I don't normally give myself enough credit, but I do pride myself on caring for others. It's just sort of my jam. It feels good to care about people, and I'm going to continue to do so. I'm as caring as those bears that shoot you with love beams. Yeah, show the world your heart. Not your actual heart. People might get grossed out. I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood, and right now, I could use that brightness. Your words are comforting. But Teo, with you, and with everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on the stage and dance. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't stressed. And you have every right to be. You have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Shirada, not one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's the plan? I'm still trying to figure that out exactly. What would you do if you were me? Teo takes a minute to really think it over. Sue's still a teenager, right? Very much so. And what do teenagers do best? Rebel. Precisely. And how do they rebel? By doing what they want when they want. They're all about having fun. Appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her if you act as childish as she will. That's the kind of tomfoolery I can endorse. I'm the manager of an arcade. Of course I'm all about having a good time. If we can show her we're the better party people than her family, she might just join forces with us. Just for the heck of it. That's the spirit. No matter what happens in there, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers will always have your back. You're a part of our community after all, and a bond like that never dies. Thanks for always believing in me. No problem, my friend. Now go out there and then show them your moves. Okay. Last one is Juniper. Hi, Miss Juniper. Juniper's trying to play Fast Cars 5 despite being totally lousy at it, which is not helping her frustration level any. Stupid razz-frazzin' mother-loving slow drivers blocking my lane. This whole situation is total poop butts. She lets out a heavy sigh as I approach.
That sucks.
You just dug yourself out of the hole your life had become, and now you're going to lose another arcade? It sucks. Seriously sucks. Arcade Spirits isn't lost yet. But it's not like you have a total plan of how to save it yet, right? Other than go talk to someone who may or may not help. Honestly, that's about as much as a plan as I ever have, and right now, it's as good as a plan as we're going to get. If you were going to go in my place, how would you handle this? Well, I guess there are two tricks I'd try. One, she's a teenager, right? A rebel to the core. Be a rebel, a dissident, I don't know, a class clown. Connect with her on that level and make her feel like you're wild too. Two, she's a teenager, right? I remember being young and totally stupid. Let her make a mistake, then outthink her, keeping calm, and using that to react to her moves. I guess they're wildly different ideas, but hey, one of them will work, right? I could outthink her, sure. What am I at now? Yeah, nowhere near it. I am going to be kindly no matter what. Okay. When it comes to strategy, I've got more experience under my belt than she'd have. I can outthink her, should it come to that. Exactly.
Definitely.
You know, I'm proud of you. You've come so far from the Arazo family curse days, when you'd blame all your misfortune on fickle fate. Instead, you're diving in and trying to strangle fate with its own strings. And I want you to know, win or lose, I'll still be here.
BFFs for life.
I'm your best friend, arcade or no arcade. And even if you lose this place, you'll always have a home. I'll make you pizza bagels and give you a shoulder to cry on. You're my best friend too, and that will never change. Thank you, Juniper. Your support means a lot to me. You're my best friend forever, my BFF, and that will never change. Aw, you're making me blush, you big goof. Okay, I'm sufficiently cheered up, thanks to your infectious spirit. Now get out there and let them have it, Tiger. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? No one. I'm ready to leave. No sense in talking. No sense in putting it off any longer. I have talked to everyone that I wanted to. I've gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. It's time to do this for the sake of my future, my dreams, my friends' dreams, and Arcade Spirits itself. I take Percy's hand in mine, and a soft smile curls around my lips, ready to depart and face our destiny together. Let's go convince Sue to defect from her father. Alright. It's a short trip across town, and before we know it, we're standing outside at Ghost Monsters HQ, a run-down warehouse in the bad side of town. A wooden sign, long since fallen off the side of the building, identifies it as belonging to Nostalgia Commodities, Inc. Not a particularly welcoming locale, is it? I doubt they'll invite us in for tea either. Why would anyone want to live in such a squalid hole? Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are, Deco owns this building anyways. Correct. Nostalgia Commodities Inc. is wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace LLC. Lovely. Well, once more into the breach, eh? I have faith in your success. I'll largely stay quiet, let you handle the talking, but if I spot a moment where I can aid in our victory, I'll speak up. Shall we play then? I sigh, looking once over at my companion. I'm sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know what I have to do. I settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Iris, kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I've spontaneously reprogrammed myself to include a new measurable metric which should be useful in your mission. I call it the incredibly right indicator of success. The Iris. Or Iris for short. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sue's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track or if you need to try something different. Let's take a look at your current score. Okay, currently you have a 0.0% chance of success. Yay? Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening to think about it of like, if I walked away right now, I'll fail miserably, instead of I'm doomed, I'm doomed, I'm doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there's a chance you can actually fail this time rather than be assured you can mumble your way through the problem, would you like me to back up your data first? Save the game! We're going to go in 3, and we're going to save it here. Thank you. Now you are now ready to proceed. Good luck. Taking a deep breath, I thump swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. Hello, Percy, let's go. It's showtime, girls. Alright. I don't know what I expected to find on entering the lair of a notorious gang of cybercriminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. If this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deco's industry, it makes sense, though. A place where old arcade games go to die, turned into a playland for punks. A disorganized maze of games litters the ground floor, poorly lit and barely functional. Only some of the screens are on, and many have seriously ghosting and burn-in. As for the ghost monsters themselves, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. They seem distracted. That's good news. The bad news, they're distracted because they have a visitor.
Unfortunate.
How unfortunate. I have to say, Sue, I'm extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle from down here, hidden in the shadows, but it sounds like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on their conversation, gather some more information, or I could announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. But which makes the most sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have, though. Go in, large and in charge.
You understand, yes?
All I want from you is so very little. Just destroy arcade spirits. Why is it so hard to do what your father wants? Yes, Dad. Sorry, Dad. Yeah, I'm not a fan of all their family psychodrama, and frankly, it bores me. I'm not here to play therapist, I'm here to kick ass. What I need is to make a lasting impression on Sue, to show her that I mean business. Which admittedly is a bit to do while on crutches, so rather than charge up there, I start banging my crutch against the handrail of the stairs leading to her gathering. Ghost monsters, come out to play. It's time to make amends for what you did to arcade spirits. I'm not sure I'm very good at taunting people, but it was worth a try, I guess. Huh? If I wanted a reaction, I got one. Immediately, 2 of our goons flank us, ready to pummel us into human goo. Before Sue raises a hand to stop them, and I sigh in relief. Come on up, come. I wasn't really prepared to entertain guests, but don't got a pot of tea boiling, but why not? Mi casa es su casa. Sue's really cheerful about this development, while Deco is clearly the opposite of amused. Now is the time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Ooh. Deco buddy, a long time no see. It's been what, hours? Interesting catching you here consulting with criminals. It's an odd welcome mat, but I'll take it. Your reckoning's at hand, Mr. Nami. It's an odd welcome mat, but I'll take it. Sue, Deku, I keep calling him Deku. Deco, good to see you. Apologies for barging in at this late hour, but you're a bit difficult to track down, I've found. Deco's face twists into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here. If any records end up online... Geez, Dad, relax. Clyde. On cue, Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones. One has an Iris Assistant loaded. We're blocking their outgoing data streams. There should be no verifiable data evidence of this conversation uploaded anywhere. I can't stop shrouded Iris from hearing you, but I can hijack his account if you need me to so we can manually wipe her memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out. Humph.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with this Mr. Arazo is already concluded. I gave you a chance to escape your crumbling little arcade, and you turned me down. If you have no vision, I have nothing further to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. I came here tonight to have a chat with, wait for it, your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you?
Well. You're a resourceful one.
Hi, yes, thank you.
Squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out.
Hell yeah. I do the best of work, aka Juniper and Percy did.
I was hoping I'd see you again. You run a great arcade. You treat me and my friends with respect, and you take a bullet from me. Class. That's a class operation there.
Thank you.
I can be totes honest with you when I say I didn't want to ruin your arcade. It rocks.
Thank
All that
you.
snazzy neon,
Sue already likes me.
games,
Her and I get along
all that
great.
fun.
Yeah.
I didn't want to trash your big moment, but, well,
Father, dearest. She casts a sidelong glance at her father.
didn't exactly have a choice, did I?
No, I get it. I didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away, figuring I'd done what I had to do and could leave it at that. But you didn't finish the job. Arcade Spirit still stands. Not that it matters, I suppose, nor does this little last-ditch effort to save it. I see your game, Mr. Arazo. It's as obvious as the sad little strategic moves you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you say or do will save Arcade Spirits from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time for you to finish what you started. Sue shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fists clenched, ready. But before words escape me, someone is at my side. Honestly, Mr. Nami, we could stand around tossing insults back and forth all night, but that doesn't change one fact. We're not standing in the middle of Deko's palace. This is Sue's home, not yours. She's the one with real power in this scenario.
Seriously?
Yeah.
If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken.
Oh.
Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can
Okay.
at all times.
Fine, Deko.
Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends.
Oh. The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word or move against Deko. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense.
Oh, okay.
In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Oh, that's what you think? Okay.
After all, Father knows best. Father knows all. And in the world of arcades, Deko Nami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it. And you can't win.
Can't I?
Sue, if you would kindly show our friend the exit, as forcefully as you like.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Let's make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg.
Seriously? Vindictive much? Do it. Ugh. Fine, Inky, Pinky, bounce them both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures for her buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do us the impossible, to flip on her control freak father. It has to be something absolutely true to my core, to who I've become as a person. It's time for Sharad Arazu to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. You're stronger than him, Sue, and you don't need Deko. He needs you, and I can help you see that. This feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, through our recent interactions, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades. You're working for someone who loathes them while doing his dirty laundry. If you hear me out, I know I can help you see that, too. You're stronger than Deko. You don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather mash us into paste, well, I stand on 1 foot, arms wide, to make it a bit easier for her. Do as you wish. Are you quite done babbling yet?
The foolish fool.
Get this over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool. And yet, Sue is holding up a hand to stop the 2 goons she was about to stick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? I said to get rid of them. It's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You're afraid Shada will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear.
I run the show.
Well, I want to hear this one out. And if you don't want to hear it, nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh, the adults are talking. Deco's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taken the floor. Deco crosses his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Shada. Okay, you've got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into a Picasso. Say what you came to say, but if I'm not like super duper incredibly totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out the door, or possibly the window. This is it. This is my chance to convince Sue I have to do this. And it's not just me. I have Percy beside me, lifting me up. I look over at my love, my heart, and I smile. Taken from this humble fellow, Shada has charisma to spare. I've come to know him, and his heart, and it beats true and pure. You may think me a sentimental old fool, love-struck and blind, but if you've any faith in human decency, believe me when I say Shada has your best intentions in mind. Huh, okay. You know, contrary to my status as a cyber outlaw, I'm not a bad person. I like to think people are basically cool, unless you push them.
Quite good.
Glad to hear it. Okay, let's hear it. I want nothing but the milk of human kindness spilling from your lips. And that was a really, really gross metaphor. Ew. Okay, deep breaths, count to 10, refocus myself. I slow my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue, empathize with her. This isn't just about convincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare the emotional truth in her heart. I glance at the iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering into far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's time to be the best I can be on my own. You have 4 attempts to sway Sue remaining. Okay. Oh. You know, appeal to her love of arcades. You love arcades. You've got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here, so all your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. It's not that great. A lot of the games are busted. Seriously? You think you can appeal to her love of these pieces of garbage?
Such a
The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find the space for the landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What to love?
Wrong.
Damn it, Dad. They're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bring your daughter to work day was a treat. Got to have fun, enjoy all these great games. I felt special. Like I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good. Like you were this amazing person I would look up to. But then you started throwing them out, replacing them with fucking slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing he was losing her, Deco switches tactics.
Am I not generous?
And I gave you the games you loved. See? They're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave you a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not going to be enough just to say she loves games. I have to take Deco down a peg. So he generously gave you his garbage? Deco, you can't have it both ways. Are the games pure garbage suitable for nothing but a landfill, or are they treasures to bestow upon your daughter? I can't say I'm impressed if you think the arcade version of a pile of used tissues is a worthy gift for a loved one.
See? See?
Exactly.
You get it?
Shirada gets it. I can see through your bullshit, old man. You hate arcades. The only reason you run now one is for the cash flow. Suckers born every minute, right? Even if the suckers you prey on are kids, you don't give a damn. It's all about that bottom dollar and nothing more. So don't act like you were being nice and giving me gifts. I rescued these games from you. But I've done so much for you, giving you so many gifts, even beyond games. So not turning up for my piano recital in 4th grade, that was a gift? How about when you told me to make do with shirts with holes in them because you didn't want to splurge on new clothes? I was teaching you independence, strength of character. You taught me all I can rely on is myself because you don't want to offer me shit. And you expect me to fall in line when you need something? Starting to see the inequality here, Pops. Good. Now I got Sue on my side. You have 3 more attempts to sway Sue. Remind her that she was almost killed for Deco. I think there's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deco cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know that was lovely chainsaw territory when he asked us to go to Arcade Spirits. Did you tell him? Of course. And how did he react? He didn't care.
I don't fall.
Why should I? Some pathetic little gang of campfire scouts pretending to be a menace to society? They're nothing. I like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except they nearly killed her. That giggling gathering of girls proved to be a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deco. No doubt the shooter would have peed her panties in fear before getting the nerve to pull the trigger if you hadn't startled her. Making some assumptions there, Deco. For all you know, they're stone cold to the core, and now you're pushing for her to get back into their turf? A hard lesson, but one she must learn. If Sue can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenges, she won't be ready to inherit my empire.
You understand.
Am I a harsh shooter? Perhaps, but I know Sue will be stronger for facing her fears, worthy of the challenges to come in running Deco's palace. Ooh. Ooh. What kind of father puts his own daughter in harm's way for his own gain? So, not only did he ignore your warnings, but now he wants you to go back into the line of fire? What kind of loving father would push you down out there in front of a firing squad just so he can tear down a little arcade like mine? What kind of vindictive, spiteful bastard do you have to be to sacrifice your own daughter to? Yeah, okay, you made your point. Dad, seriously? Fuck you if you won't listen to me. I told you this would happen, and you didn't give a damn. So no, I'm not going back there. End of discussion.
How dare you?
You disobedient. It's a question of strategy. You want Shirada squished? There's a way to do it which won't require me getting shot at. But you didn't care about that. No. Too impatient. Too jealous. You shoved it in my lap. Well, fuck you. I'm not making the same mistakes twice. I'm glad you could see reason on this one. You have 2 more attempts to sway Sue remaining. I guess we could just say this. Hey Sue, you like Arcade Spirits, right? I offered you a second chance before. It still stands. I'd welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy our games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. If you agree to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with Arcade Spirits, you can swing by any time you like. I'll even comp you some tokens. Sound good? Absolutely. Except for, the small problem of the lovely chainsaw lying in wait to finish a job and put me in the dirt. Afraid that a couple bucks of tokens won't go real far in paying for my funeral. I appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back, banned or not. There's bigger things to play than what I want, though. But she raises a hand, shutting me down. Done talking about this. We're done. Damn. I thought that'd work, but she shut me down so fast I doubt she wanted me to push any harder. Got one more attempt. Let's just try flattering her ego. Let me get this straight, Sue. You're a teenage prodigy, capable of making computers and security systems to dance to your whim. You've got more self-taught skill than most college graduates will ever have. You command a powerful gang, capable of smashing down any challenge that gets in their way. What's more, you've got friends, people willing to go to the wall for you. There's a fire in your spirit, a will to overcome and survive. And you stand there, staring at the floor, going, "Yes, Daddy," when this dumpy-looking comb-over guy orders you around. Hey, watch it. Nobody pushes me around, okay? Nobody. Our interests coincide, that's all. He provides me the resources I need to keep rolling over anyone and everyone that gets in my way. Precisely. He's an asshole, to be sure, but he's my asshole father. You think he makes me weak? No fucking way. We're both powerful. We can do anything. Oh, that backfired. Okay. I need to recover. Oh. Ooh. Ugh. You need more than resources. You need love and compassion. There's more to surviving and thriving than having resources at your fingertips, Sue. He's your father, but can you honestly say he acts like one? Seems to talk more like a partner in crime than someone you love and cherish. If all you want is resource, I guess Deco will do. But I think you want something more. You want warmth and understanding with your support. That's adorable. Freaking adorable, Freaking adorable. A cute, candy-coated way of looking at the world. Well, the world's harder than you can imagine. I don't have time for love. I can't afford it. So you can take your greeting card sentiment and stuff it up your butt. Damn it. The sappy stuff isn't gonna work. Not unless she's feeling open to it. Before I can get another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough.
Man, this sucks.
I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your case, Dad, and so have you, Shirada. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious at this point. Maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. While Shirada wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it. The moment of truth. Did I convince Sue enough to abandon her father? Did we save Arcade Spirits, or was it all for nothing?
You know what?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You, Dad.
Oh, let's go.
Excuse me.
Hi, Deco. Get wrecked.
You heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that.
Let's go.
Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you.
Oh, go off.
As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy like you from my life.
Cut that asshole out.
I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
Do it, Sue.
Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out. And believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy, filthy deeds.
You can't do this. I forbid it. You are my daughter.
Oh, you think parentage means anything to her?
And if I go down, you're coming with me.
But I'm a teenager.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris. Would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier self-incriminating words.
Who knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them.
Do you?
She knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Okay.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me.
Yep.
And once I do my hair in pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
No, that's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just block her from uploading her recordings anywhere. She was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Dekonami archives to 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, Esports Center, and HGTV. Home and Garden Television? I figured the two guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like that show. With that settled, Sue turns a smug, satisfied smile towards her doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad.
Oh.
You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or two in juvie. But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Inky, Blinky. Yeah, boss. Show my father to the door. Gently. Don't leave any marks, at least.
No! This is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Dekonami. I am the arcade business.
Okay. Inky and Blinky easily restrain Deco by the arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. It's nothing personal, Mr. Nami. Just business. Nope, just business. The arcade industry doesn't need you anymore. It's time for fresh blood to turn things around from the dead end you steered it towards. And so, justice is served.
You impudent, insignificant little...
Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this. I can still...
Bye. And the ghost monsters remove Deco from our sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the place changes as if a great weight has been lifted. I couldn't be more relieved, and I relax into a sigh. Not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting to say the least. I think you better stay at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until the heat's off. Maybe practice batting my eyelashes at a weak-willed jury box full of concerned parents, too. Sue blinks in astonishment. Oh, right, Shirada, you're still here. Oh, I knew you were special. Knew it from day one. If the heat ever cools off and we make amends with a lovely chainsaw, I might pop by your arcade, play some games, and not stir up any trouble.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings.
Oh, thank you.
So, we square?
Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you. I know this wasn't easy for you to do, giving up so much, and I appreciate what you've done for my arcade.
You honestly. I may still owe you for that matter.
Well, it's been a funny sort of day, hasn't it? From defeat to victory, all in such a short time. It's enough to make your head spin. The speed at which life with you seems to move.
Oh yeah, my life is a breakneck pace.
I, for one, will welcome life quieting down some. Long stretch of days, years, perhaps,
Yes.
which you and I can enjoy our lives without so much effort.
Years, Percy, years. And you'll live to see those glory days, no doubt.
Yeah. I think I'm ready to live a full and proper life with you.
Hell yeah, Percy.
I love you.
I love you too. Let's go, Percy. Let's go. The next few days passed by in a blur. That morning, we had a press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we'd even opened. Sue's care package of bad news that went up the wire caught their attention. Mr. Arazo, is it true that Dekonami organized a gang hit on your arcade? How do you respond to allegations that Dekonami is involved in an international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? What's your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard any of the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Miss DeFame's article talking about the incident, praising your professionalism? I gave so many interviews that day that I lost my voice. Fortunately, Percy was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onward. Everybody loved to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Dekonami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter that the official police response was a generic, "We're still investigating these claims. The court of public opinion has decided." Deko's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came at a televised press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment. Furthermore, what? No! Unhand me immediately! I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
Okay. And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food.
Oh, Sue, I love you.
I never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
Largely a line of hokum, but it was good to see Sue breaking away from Deko's influence all the same. Who knows? Maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. Deko's palace board of directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he just vanished into the guts of the judicial system. Oh, the arcade empire he established is still out there. It's still powerful, still tacky as hell, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows, maybe one day, the traditional arcades will overtake what he left behind. As for arcade spirits, we stayed true to our roots, running a classic video arcade, just as Percy and Naomi wanted. No frills, no muss, no fuss. It'll never be profitable enough to really give any large arcade a run for the money, and Gavin sometimes pulls his hair trying to keep us in the green. But we're here, we're still having fun, and our games are the best. But in the arcade, the arcade in the end is less important than the people who call it home. Without his heart condition threatening to cut his life short, Percy felt less rushed to accomplish his life's goal of conquering Mr. Moopy. And yet, he toppled the score less than a year later anyway.
Finally! 4.5 million points. You have no idea how much my feet hurt right now.
Oh,
Worth it, love. Absolutely worth it.
it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it, Percy. I'm proud of you, Percy, both for the score and for how far you've come.
Full and healthy life in front of me. Never thought I'd see the day, and yet, here we are.
Look at him.
Thanks to you.
He's so good. I just helped you along the way, Percy. You've pulled yourself back from the edge, so now that you've finished Mr. Moopy, what's next? What's next was carefully entering his sister's initials into the scoreboard.
Now, I live the rest of my life. It's funny, I hadn't put thought to what I do after Moopy, but with you at my side, I feel like I can do anything.
Hell yeah. And for the years ahead, we do just that. Anything and everything together. Iris explained to me that irises, being adaptive software, eventually became more and more like their users. It seems my empathy rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit.
I hope that one day
wanted was to embrace kindness and understanding. And thanks to you, I've learned so much.
Well, thank you, Iris. And would you believe it? Gavin and Naomi ended up dating. Both of them were a bit distant from the others at first, but I guess everything we did together helped them come out of their shells a bit and realize neither one was an enemy. Now, they argue from time to time, usually about games and profit margins. But there's a mutual dream they share, of a wonderful arcade where they can both be happy. And I'm proud to have played an even small part in helping them find that dream. Naomi formed an online community of arcade repair enthusiasts, one which lets her make a safe space to get to know others and to be a part of a crowd on her own terms. And Gavin took advantage of the fall of Deco's Palace to make Arcade Spirits the hottest new arcade destination on the block, using his excellent business skills. I know we're something of an odd couple, but that's okay. We're both odd people. We've never really done anything the normal way to begin with. Oddities we may be, but there's nothing odd about my love for you. I'm so honored to be by your side, Naomi. Aw. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene alive here at Arcade Spirit, even after he got offered a job as a regional community manager. He's doing what he loves, teaching and connecting with all sorts of people. Teo's new job has him traveling around organizing dance tournaments around the world, but he still spends most of his time right here. I'm putting D in charge of the local dance crew while I go establish a new scene in the other coast, but I'll be back before you even notice. And when I come back, you promise to get on the stage with me. You owe me a song or two. Through the good times and the bad, Juniper stuck by me, my BFF for life. I'm really proud of you, you know? You pulled yourself out of the tailspin your life was in. You went for it, and you did it. You made it happen. I'm lucky I got to even be a small part of that. A large part of that, I'd say. I wouldn't be here now if it were not for you. Hey, I'll take the credit if you want me to. Just call me Juniper, the life coach. And you know I'll always be in your corner until you're dead. Hopefully later, rather than sooner, though. Oh, we didn't get a good friend with Ashley. Aw. Ashley stayed as our main floor attendant for a while, but as we got bigger, more people took notice of Ashley's Arcade Spirit mascot costume. One of those people worked for a big-name arcade and offered her a job to create cosplay for them. Ashley parted ways with us for that dream job. It makes sense, considering we were never that close. I just wanted to show she's happy there. When the 4 Heavenly Kings invited her live to play at the team house, Queen Bee instantly snatched up that opportunity. It's always been her calling. It's been a lot quieter in the arcade since she left. Whenever she's playing in a major tournament, we always show the matches. She never mentions us in her championship speeches. I guess we were just a step on her ladder to success. Fuck, I wish I would have gone them a little bit higher. I think that's it. I think that was the... Ashley and Queen Bee were the 2 I didn't spend the most time with, which sucks. Love and friendship in a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. Arcade Spirits. Thank you, Arcade Spirits. My spirit is restored and my future is bright. At last I can say, I'm truly happy. I'm happy. I am finally truly happy with who I am and where I am. I fought hard for this and won it at great effort, but happiness is my reward for this day and every day to come. Hell yeah. Nice. There we go. That's Arcade Spirits down. This was good. I miss playing this game. I might just see if there's a way to get, like, everybody. Also, I want to see who voiced Percy. Price Johnson. Okay. None of these are the people I recognize, so that's fine. Okay. Okay. Nice. Also, what a wonderful game. I love this so much. Moopy and FOD Pixels by Justin Baldwin. Love you. Love you for that. But yeah, this was Arcade Spirits. Cupcake Langling by Jen Gange. But yeah. Patreon. That's right. Isaac Will It Work Dan Sicker. I love that. Anyway. Wow, short Patreon. Oh, patron backers. Excuse me. I thought that was Kickstarter. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna wait for the credits to roll through. And then we're gonna go find somebody to raid tonight. But yeah, that's the end of Arcade Spirits, and I still don't know what I'm playing on Thursdays yet. So Expect a update at some point. I don't know when or how or what, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to think of... I might do Fae Farm on Sunday. We'll see. Just because like there's going to be 2 months left. I don't know if I can beat it in 2 months of like 8 Sundays. But I would like to at least get it started, you know? I'm trying to think of what else. Like for Thursdays, I want to do something spooky. But like Halloween's going to be over by then. So I don't know. Oh yeah, how they mentioned a lot of arcade games, yeah, are used under nominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement by their publishers or creators. Nice. So I got Midway, Street Fighter Skee-Ball, yep, Q*bert, don't know Burger Time, I know TNMT, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, sure. Never heard of Death Race, DDR, yep. Dance Central and Harmonix, yep. Nibbler, never heard of. Gauntlet, Midway, we love Midway. Nintendo, Donkey Kong, yep. Pango Dreamcast and Genesis, yeah. Iron Chef, got it. Yep. MacGyver, Scooby-Doo, VH1, Twilight, Game of Thrones, Mission Impossible, Gojira, IMAX, Laserdisc, WWE, Billy Gunn. Never heard of Evo. Netflix, Speed Racer. They mentioned Netflix here? Wow. The Maze Runner, nice. Hope to see you again in Arcade Spirits New Challengers. I might try that one. I haven't played it before. I might try it on my own. We'll see. I also don't own it, so that's kind of a roadblock, if you will, for like playing the next one, you know? Especially since I might be out of a job in 2 weeks. We'll see. Gotta think positive, you know? But this was Arcade Spirits. I really love this game. It's, I would say, one of my top 5 visual novels. I've played at least 24 of them. But yeah. Mr. Kim, welcome in! I'm just ending because we just beat the game. But thank you for the raid, friend. What were you playing tonight? Mr. Kim, thank you so much. We just beat Arcade Spirits.
Oh, jeez, that hurt.
That was loud. Ooh. What game is that? Hold on, that looks familiar. Also, I like how it's not loading. That's my end. Or something, but we'll see. Also, Arcade Spirits, game over. Thank you for playing. Well, how are you doing, Mr. Kim? Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, friends. How are you doing? Happy Sunday night. We were just ending because that was it. That's the end of the game. We romanced Percy. We saved the arcade. Oh, wait. No, we're here. Oh, shit, there's more. Hello. This is outrageous. I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? You can't do this to me. I am well aware of who you are. Good. Then you know I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around you, whoever you are. True, if you were officially under arrest. Technically, this facility does not exist. Neither do I. What? Funnily enough, I just finished Phantasy Star 2 a few minutes ago. Had an absolute blast. Oh, nice! Congratulations, my friend. Also, I should probably turn the volume up. Okay. Well, that's awesome. How was it? I've never played a Phantasy Star game. What? This place doesn't exist and she doesn't exist? God to know. You can't do this. If you prefer, I could hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you. But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I would like to know about a tiny, tiny little detail buried in all those leaked files your daughter posted online. Specifically, in the 1980X place tests. The what? I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Sinnesoslan Pride and Joy, you hosted a secret playtest of that game. For an RPG that was released in 1989, it holds up amazingly well. Nice! That's awesome. Oh, those playtests. Sorry, but I don't see what help it'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the test was over, the machines were shipped out to other locations. Exactly. Against our authority, Sinnesoslan distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all your connections, all your leverage, every drop of what little influence you have left to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami, and we want it back. Polybius, that haunted machine. Okay. Okay. Polybius. I wonder if that comes into play next time. Game over. For real this time. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you, Arcade Spirits. This was a lovely time. Mainly because I got to date Percy again, and I love Percy. Your flux capacitor is now charged. On your next playthrough, you can use your mouse wheel to scroll back and forth in time and change your most recent decisions. Would you like to export your current character and story data so you can carry it over to the next game, Arcade Spirits New Challengers? This will overwrite any previously exported data. Save my data. Now exporting data. All done. Thank you for playing. Cool. Sweet. Well, that's awesome. Are you having a good weekend, though, Mr. Kim? Hope you're doing well today. So since we finished both Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened, and Arcade Spirits, my Thursday and Sunday games, we're going to have 2 games starting next week. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for Thursday. I'll go through a list of what I have and what I feel like playing. That's more on the spoopy side of things. And we'll go from there. Sunday, I think I might start Fae Farm. I'll decide, though, like probably on Monday or Tuesday. Because as of right now, I don't have any interviews next week, so I should have nothing to distract me. But as far as, like, updates to the schedule, I might have to figure that out on my end. Mainly because I was doing it at work. But we'll see. But anyway, let's go find somebody to raid, because I don't know who's streaming right now. But thank you again, Mr. Kim, for the raid. I'm glad you had a good time, and congrats on finishing Phantasy Star 2. I've never played a Phantasy Star game, and I might look into that at some point. Let's go say hello to Cardwiz. They're playing Sakura Wars, and let's go see if they're still going. It looks like it, yeah. They're only about an hour in, so let's go say hello. Yay, raid, absolutely. But thank you again, Mr. Kim, for the raid. I hope you're doing well. I can't type today. We're going to go raid our good friend Cardwiz, if I can type today. Which I can't. They're currently playing Sakura Wars. I believe it's the PS3, PS4-ish version. I think it's Sakura Wars So Long My Love, or something like that. I don't know. I'm a newbie to Sakura Wars, but thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you all so much. We'll see you soon, and I'll be back with more Digimon tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Had a wonderful weekend. Happy early Halloween. I won't be streaming on Tuesday because it's going to be Halloween, and I'll be out with my nephews, but I'll see you guys Monday and then Wednesday of next week, or this upcoming week, excuse me. And I love you all so much. Enjoy the raid, my friends, and I'll see you over there. Have a good one.